Yeah, this is case number 569 on the calendar in the matter of Yatar versus Safford.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Ms. Yatar, you and Mr. Stafford were engaged to be married, and according to your complaint, you were living in a condo that was owned by your mother. And when you moved in, the two of you decided to do some renovations on the condo. Mr. Stafford terminated the engagement rather abruptly, and you claim owes you money for a Home Depot bill that he promised to pay for materials to renovate your mother's condo. Mr. Stafford says that that's ridiculous. Why should he pay to renovate a condo that belongs to your mother? In addition, when he left a whole bunch of stuff there, electronics and things that more than cover the value of this bill. However, he's counterclaiming for that. And in addition, he says that you began a course of conduct that borders on harassment, which he's going to tell me about. When did you move into your mother's condo?
In December of 2004. 2003, I'm sorry.
When did you become engaged?
In February of 2004.
What kind of work did you have to do in the condo?
We didn't have to do anything. We decided to fix, when my mom had decided to get a job in Boston, we fixed up the 2 rooms that were adjoining, which included the master bedroom. We both decided that it would just be nice to make it a little more homey because it would be our home for a few years probably.
What kind of work did you do, Mr. Stafford, in the house?
I replaced the drop ceiling, knocked the wall out, painted both rooms, built a entertainment center into the wall.
You're pretty handy.
None of it got finished.
Well, it's pretty handy even to start it. Now, tell me why you think, Ms. Yatow, that he should pay for this outstanding bill from Home Depot.
Because we made an agreement that it all started with a computer. We each had a computer. One was a laptop, Macintosh, one was an IBM. And we were going to switch because we needed each other's computers. And
why did you need each other?
Because I had a Mac and he records music and it was better for that. And I needed an IBM because I was working on an honors project and the Mac wasn't compatible. But then he moved in, so that kind of faded away. Right. And then his computer ended up crashing. So we decided to buy a new computer, and we put it on a Best Buy credit card, which I paid off when I graduated from college, and I got graduation money. So he told me, we made the agreement that if I paid off for the computer that we both shared, that he would pay for the Home Depot credit card, which was less money than the computer.
When did you buy the computer?
Probably April or May.
Does that sound like the deal that you made with her?
It wasn't to pay off one and pay off the other. We kind of split everything, so it was split everything.
No.
Now, when did you leave, Mr. Stafford?
June, July, the end of June, first week of July.
Under what circumstances did you leave?
Not good circumstances, actually. A couple of things had come to light about...
I don't want to hear about it. It's not important. Did you have a discussion? Did you?
No.
Well, we had an argument because she cheated on me, and it came...
This isn't true.
It came...
Okay, you had an argument, and?
Yeah, and after I found out, what had been going on, I just took my stuff and left.
Did you take the engagement ring?
Not when I left initially.
You came back to get the engagement ring?
We had conversations about trying to work out the bills and to work out the situation after I left, and she gave it back to me. We had made a second agreement as far as a few of the things that I would get returned. And,
like what?
Air conditioner, futon, GameCube.
You mean all the things that I just told you to have? Told you to come back and get?
Mr. Yatow, don't interrupt him. Go ahead.
And I was going to get that stuff back and then give her a little bit of money to help her out with various things, nothing.
So did that come about?
I went by the house and I went to pick up the stuff, and the stuff that I was looking for was either not there or in a room that was locked that I didn't go in.
There's no locks on the doors in our house.
What word didn't you understand about being quiet? How much money were you going to give her?
The Home Depot bill was around like $500 or $600, and I had offered to give her half of that and get some of the stuff back. Most of the stuff that I was getting back was extra. She had another television, and another air conditioner, and the futon was extra.
How long had you been together at that point, Mr. Stafford?
A little less than a year.
Let's get to the harassment.
As far as after
Unless
the
you
agreement,
want to forget the harassment.
Well, after the agreement that we had made, I told her, I said, you got to get everything together for me if you want me to come back and get it. And she never called me back with that we didn't talk for about a month or two. And I just left her alone. She called a couple of times, my parents' house, and looking for me. And it wasn't really until January that it got bad because I had W-2s and they were actually sent to that address. And she called my house and told my mother that she wasn't going to return them until she got her money. And I never got them.
Why didn't you send them as W-2s?
I asked his mother what to do, and she said, I'll let him know that you called with them, because the minute I received them, I called and said, now, the truth is I could never get a hold of him after we broke up.
Why didn't you just send it to his mother?
I just didn't think it was worth it. I haven't opened them. They're still sitting at my house. He never asked me for them. He has my email address. I didn't know what to do with them.
Why didn't you just send them to his mother?
Because she didn't ask me to. She said, I'll let him know that you called.
Go.
So then it was an issue of, before any of this taking me to court for any type of money, we had been emailing each other to try and figure things out. And at one point in time, the agreements had been put on paper and email. And I noticed I tried to log in.
Do you have a copy of that agreement? I'd like to see it.
I tried to log into my email a couple of times and I couldn't get in. Someone had been breaking into my email. So I had sent Yahoo had sent me a letter saying that someone had been entering it.
Let me see. Do you have that letter?
Yes, right here. It says the 3 things they needed to do to get into my email account. Emails were being deleted, written.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You even say, I'm going to sell the ring that I'm not giving back to you. Did you do that?
I returned it to the place. They gave me a credit.
Look at my eyes and try. Look at my eyes and tell me exactly what you did.
I did.
Look at my eyes.
And later today.
Is it correct that her car was blocking the alleyway?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
The reason why I did not park on the street is because there's a sign that says no parking on pavement.
I don't care if you park on Pluto.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Andrea Yattaw says ex-boyfriend James Safford owes for a credit card bill and unfinished renovations to her mother's home. James says Andrea has been hacking his emails.
You seem to indicate in this email, Mr. Stafford, that the reason that you were offering money to Monsieur Tao is that you didn't want her mother to be out of money. When did her mother give you money?
I had a financial hold on a transcript I was trying to get sent to transferring from one college to another. So she offered to help me out with getting the transcript sent there because it would have affected my enrolling in school for September.
And how much did she give you?
It was $550 something, I think.
Is that right?
Yes.
Has he returned that money to you?
No, he hasn't.
Well, do you think you should return that to her?
Yeah, one of the things that I had mentioned about returning the money to her mother when we had a conversation was that it initially was agreed that it was not to be returned. And it wasn't changed until our agreement changed, until things changed with us. Everything all of a sudden changed, and now I want money for this, I want money for that.
Well, I mean, you can understand that, Mr. Stafford, because when her mother gave you the money, she thought you and her daughter were building a future together. And she said, I don't want your future to suffer. I mean, I assume that's common sense. I don't want your future to suffer because you can't get these transcripts released. I'm going to give you the money that you need to do it, right? But it seems that in your emails, you suggest that you are taking on and assuming that obligation. And you even say, I'm going to sell the ring that I'm not giving back to you. Did you do that?
No, I returned it to the place. They gave me a credit.
Look at my eyes and try. Look at my eyes and tell me exactly what you did.
I did.
Look at my eyes.
I returned it for credit, which I actually gave to my mom, and my mother used it to buy something for herself. I couldn't use anything.
What was the credit for the ring?
It was like $2,500.
All right. You plan on giving Monsieur Tao back the $500 so that she can give it to her mother?
For the money I was given for school should be.
Fine. Now, I still haven't figured out what this terrible harassment is and how you relate it to Monsieur Tao.
It was basically the email hacking. I have the 4 dates that Yahoo gave me. Emails were deleted and sent to people, and Yahoo gave me 4 dates, and I addressed
Other than the fact that you believe Monsieur Tao has had the opportunity and inclination to do that, do you have any proof that it was, in fact, she who did it?
They wouldn't give me anything in writing unless I had a court order.
So the answer is no, other than the fact that she had the opportunity, inclination, and probably did it. You don't have any proof that she did it.
Right.
You're going to give her back the $500? She's going to probably give it to her mother. This has nothing to do with the Home Depot bill. Home Depot bill is yours. You got your place. What?
When he moved in, those
You know,
rooms,
just a
didn't
second. You want to speak to me? Stand up here. You don't want your money?
I have.
You
just
don't
a
want,
com-
I'm asking
yes,
you, do you want your money or not? If
Yes.
this money is given to you, it's given to you so that we can, in the nature of judicial expediency, so that you're not in a position to ever sue him
Right.
Again, this is the money that he took from you in order to get his transcripts released, which he acknowledges here that he intends to pay you for.
He intended to pay me for the Home Depot credit card. That's also one of the emails.
No, my dear. Maybe he's not swift, but I am. The agreement with him was that the two of you were going to share this new computer.
But he took my
I'm
laptop.
speaking! You purchased it, and the agreement was that he was going to pay one bill, according to you, and you were going to pay this bill. You paid the bill for your computer, and you kept the computer. Now, if he agreed to pay the Home Depot bill and your mother wants to give him the condo, that's fine.
The repairs didn't need to be made.
They didn't need to be made.
He convinced us to do them and then said, I will pay for it. It wasn't even, it's not
Miss
even...
Yatow, grow up. Do
He
you
ripped-
want your money or not? The answer is simple.
No, but he ripped he'd made
ripped a
repairs
wall.
and he ripped a wall out and left it that way. It was
I had to
exposed.
pay to get
we
that
had to
fixed
pay to get it
after.
fixed.
Then you made a mistake in judgment by saying,
No,
go ahead and do it. Then you made a mistake in judgment.
I did.
Good.
I said I'd marry
Well,
him.
then you learn from it and you go on. But not every mistake in your judgment is a court case.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Andrea Yataw says ex-boyfriend James Safford owes for a credit card bill and unfinished renovations to her mother's home. James says Andrea has been hacking his emails.
Sometimes you make a mistake in judgment and you just have to say,
What about
I'm not going to do this again.
What about the ring that was my property?
No, it wasn't. It was an engagement ring. It was
It's a
not your
gift.
property.
I didn't break the engagement. He
It doesn't make any difference
It
who
does.
broke
It's a
the
breach of
engagement.
promise.
Miss Yatow, it does not. It does not. The ring, an engagement ring, is given in contemplation of getting married. Last I heard, the two of you did not get married. I mean, if the engagement was broken, rather than having a bad marriage, that's a good thing.
Oh, yes, of
That's a
course.
good thing.
Thank God.
So
but-
the ring does not belong to you until after you say, I do. But if your mother wants her money back, then the two of you can go on your respective life's paths without ever having to come into contact with each other again. I'm going to give her back her money, and you're prepared to do that. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's what step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He never gave me a reason for leaving. Now he says I cheated on him. That's not true.
Someone cheats on you and then sends you emails that says they cheated on you. And they're right here, but I guess I just didn't need them to show the judge.
His girlfriend gave me a nice, emailed me and said that I was hacking into the email and that I was deleting emails necessary for court and that I was crazy.
Well, it's kind of getting ridiculous. Someone was changing his password 3 times and the only emails missing were the ones that she had sent him in correspondence.
She thinks that I've been chasing around clubs and bars. I've seen him once since we broke up.
Every time going out places, her coming up to him and as soon as seeing him with me, leaving at bars and stuff. Thank God it's over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sheffield versus Mesa. Step forward, please.
Mediator Nicole Sheffield is suing ballet teacher Antonio Mesa for damaging her car when he pushed it with his vehicle. Antonio claims Nicole was blocking his alleyway.
Miss Sheffield, it is your claim that the defendant damaged your car.
Yes, ma'am.
He damaged your car after you had parked it in an alleyway.
That is correct.
Looking at that diagram, which car is yours?
I'm assuming...
Why don't you show me, Mr. Mesa, which car was hers?
Right here, ma'am. This one.
The red one or the blue one?
The red one.
Is that a single lane alleyway?
Oh, yes.
And your house is there? Okay.
It's the only way. All right.
I'm a smart woman, Mr. Mesa.
Okay.
I got
understand.
it.
I know.
Mr. Mesa pushed your car.
That is my understanding, yes, ma'am.
You weren't there.
No, ma'am. I was inside the school that's a block away.
The Forest Park Elementary School.
That is correct, yes, ma'am.
What were you doing there?
Picking up my stepdaughter from school.
How dare you park in an alleyway like that?
That was the only place to park during that time. There were other vehicles parked around the school and on the street.
You parked in a situation where he couldn't get out of his house and nobody else behind your car could get out of their house if they had to in an emergency.
I was anticipating not being in the school for a very long period of time.
But you were in the school for a long period of time.
I happened to be in the school for approximately 15, 20 minutes.
Well, that's too long, Miss Sheffield. What would you have this man do? He came out of his house. He had according to him, you're a musician.
No, I'm a ballet teacher.
A ballet teacher.
instructor.
And you had students
Yes.
that you were going to meet.
Yes, ma'am.
And you came out of your house and you saw the car blocking the alleyway.
Wait, 10 minutes.
Just a second. You're her witness?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up, sir. And according to her, you're a peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know her from before this incident?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Oh. Is it correct that her car was blocking the alleyway?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
That's outrageous, isn't it, sir?
It's a ticket fence.
It's outrageous.
Yes, ma'am.
What would happen if there was a child in one of those houses that required an ambulance, otherwise they were going to die in 5 minutes?
They would be trapped.
Right. So what do you think a court should do for her?
I explained to her that she would probably end up getting a ticket for parking in that alley. However, he did use his vehicle to push her car, physically push it out.
He
yes.
took his car after he waited, according to him, for how many minutes, sir?
10 minutes. 10, at least 10.
And you honked the horn?
Yes, ma'am.
He did honk the horn?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's what caught my attention.
And he waited?
Yes, ma'am.
And he waited?
Yes, ma'am.
And she didn't come out?
She did not come out.
And he pushed her car?
First he got out of his vehicle after laying on the horn. I was unsure of what was going on. I thought it was a car alarm. I had pulled over, and I had my children from school as well. I had
so
pulled
you were,
over.
just a second. So you were off duty?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had your children in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
From the same Forest Park Elementary School?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get your children from the school?
I sat in line and picked them up.
Sat in line?
Yes, ma'am.
In your car?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what most of the parents do?
Some of them, yes.
And what do the other ones do?
They park in the area.
They park what?
They park in the area and walk up to pick up their children.
Was this the only car parked in the alley?
That was the only car parked in that alley, yes, ma'am.
May I say something, Judge Judy?
Sure, Ms. Sheffield. You understand I'm not sympathetic with you.
I do understand that at this point. But the reason why I did not park on the street is because I do have a picture. There's a sign that says no parking on pavement.
Listen, I don't care if you park on Pluto. Everyone who drives a car has been in a situation where somebody who is discourteous, like you are, and not thinking about other people, only about themselves, and only about their needs, and not the needs of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 people who might have an emergency. You had no emergency.
No, ma'am. It wasn't an emergency.
No emergency. What about the people who might have an emergency there, a medical emergency, a physical emergency? You didn't think about anybody else. The only thought you had was your needs. This man didn't ram your car. He didn't flatten your tires. He didn't smash your windshield. He said, I waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm pushing this car out of the way, and I have to get to my students. And if your car was damaged, deal with it. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now this is case number 577 on the calendar in the matter of Valdez Park versus Duran. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Who used to be married to this defendant?
I was.
Your name is?
Michael Valdez, ma'am.
Mr. Valdez, Mr. Parks is your domestic partner.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? And according to your complaint, you and the defendant were divorced 7 or 9 years ago?
9 years ago, ma'am.
You had 2 children together.
Yes.
And the divorce granted you custody of your 2 children, who you have raised since that time.
Yes.
It is your claim that your former wife, because she is not happy with your lifestyle, has called in a series of false reports to Child Protective Services, and you want to be compensated for that harassment.
Yes, ma'am.
In addition, she forged your name to a housing application, and she indicated that one of the children who was in your custody, because you don't have any other children, is that right?
I have a little girl, but she's in Virginia right now.
Well, you don't have any other children with him?
No, just Katie.
And she needed to have some child that was in her care in order to get an apartment, so she forged your name to an application that indicated that your son was in fact living with her.
Yes.
Mr. Rand said that you knew that she was going to forge your name. That's number 1. And number 2, she called Child Protective Services, which she has an absolute right to do because she was concerned for her children. That's your defense?
Yes, it is.
Okay. How long did you live together?
6 years.
How old are your children?
15 and 11.
How old were they when you were divorced?
Michael was 3 and Gabrielle was 7.
Was it a contested divorce with regard to the issue of custody?
No, ma'am.
You have what kind of problem, Mr. Rand?
Well, the only reason why he got custody is because I made a mistake and signed a piece of paper giving him custody because of the things that he told me. He told me he could get more benefits from the VA for our children at the time.
Mr. Rand, Listen to me very carefully, madam. You have another child?
Yes, I do.
Child doesn't live with you?
No.
There's a reason for that. There is a reason that you have 3 children and none of them live with you. So you want to tell me what that reason is?
Yeah, the one reason, because the 2 kids from him, is because I made a mistake and signed a piece of paper. The second one was I was in an abusive relationship and left the state of Virginia with my child to take care of her.
So what you're telling me is it's somebody else's fault that you don't have custody of your 3 children. Is that what you're telling me?
It's my fault because I left the state of Virginia.
Somebody else's fault because you were in an abusive relationship, because he told you something that was not true. That's why you don't have custody of your children. You ever been in a drug rehab program?
No, I haven't.
Do you need one?
No, I don't.
Have you ever been drug tested?
Yes, I have.
By a court?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever had a positive drug test by a court? When was the last time you had a positive drug test by a court?
A year ago.
And what was it positive for?
Marijuana.
Anything else?
No.
When was the first time you were drug tested?
A year ago.
That was the only time you were ever drug tested by a court?
Yes.
In conjunction with what? Your custody, visitation, what?
It had nothing to do with that.
You mean you just went to court to be drug tested?
I called DCFS because of the things that they were doing to my son.
What kind of a report did you make to Child Protective Services?
I went and I told them what my son and my niece told me. My son told me that Ryan was walking around the house with his pants hanging clear down the front where he can see everything. And he was showing him tattoos of his neck and men on the back of his back, and about just him being around that situation. I didn't think it was right.
How long has your former husband been living with Mr. Parks?
About a year and a half, maybe.
How long?
3 years, ma'am.
How often do you visit with your children?
Well, before Ryan came in...
Do you have a court order of visitation?
No, I do not.
Why not?
Because we never had no problems until Ryan came in the picture.
Is that correct, sir?
No, ma'am. I was previously married after Miss Duran, and the same thing was going on with my second ex-wife also. It was very difficult for visitation. She would say she was going to come. The kids would get all excited and be ready to visit, and she wouldn't show up, or she would show up hours later, and the kids would be upset. So we'd make alternate plans and take them bowling or something to get their minds off of the situation. So.
Why was there never a court order of visitation, Mr. Valdez?
At the time, the judge just said that that would be something that you guys deal with at a later time through court.
Do you have a copy of the judgment of divorce?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it, please.
So at the time, the judge just said visitation was at my discretion.
When was the last time you paid child support?
We didn't have no set time when I was supposed to pay, but I bought my children stuff.
So are you telling me that in the 9 years that he's had custody of the children, you've never paid child support?
Oh, yeah, I paid
Well, that's
it.
what I want to know. How much have you paid in child support?
I don't know exactly how much I paid, but he went to ORIS a year ago, Ryan did, and told them that I didn't pay child support for a year, which is a total lie, because I gave him my kids' stuff and I bought them stuff.
Giving
and that
your
was
kids
agreement
stuff
between us two.
Giving your kids stuff and buying them things is not child support. I'm talking about every week send them $75, $100, $150. And if your answer is, I don't send my children regular child support, and I have never done that, then that's what you answer me. Don't tell me you send them clothes.
Okay, well, my answer is, I don't have a document, but yes, they were garnishing my checks.
So when was the last time that you paid child support?
6 months ago.
But let's say that's true. Why haven't you paid child support in 6 months?
I haven't talked to these guys because they give me a hard time seeing my kids. I meet my daughter at the mall, and I go buy her what she needs, take her to eat and stuff, and that's what I've been doing.
That's neglect.
How could it be neglect?
That's neglect.
How?
When you don't support your children, that's neglect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Listen, try to open up your ears.
I am. They are
Put on your listening ears.
I am.
They do not want to be in your custody.
And later today,
why in the world would you do that? Or why in the world would you get on my hood and kick my tie?
Because you acted like a fool, Mr. Ahern.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Michael Valdez and his boyfriend Ryan Park claim Michael's ex-wife, Marie Duran, filed false charges with Child Protective Services. Michael also says Marie is a deadbeat mom.
How much money have you received from the defendant since you've had custody of the children?
Approximately, in the last 9 years, only like $2,000.
And did you receive that as a result of income deduction orders?
Yes, and income tax. They held her income tax.
Is there currently a child support order?
Yes, ma'am.
May I see the order, please?
We went to court, and I agreed to go below the state standard for the child support.
$207 a month is what you're supposed to be paying. For one child or both?
That's for both. At one time, ma'am, I waived over $12,000 in arrears for her so that she could get a fresh start. And again, she's over $5,000 in arrears again.
Yeah, when I got my settlement, because you wanted half of that, and I gave that to you.
I didn't receive anything.
Yeah.
Half your settlement for what?
I got in a car accident, and he went to ORS, and he signed off on child support, what I owed him, and gave him half of my settlement, so he could have cash for the kids.
How much did you give him?
I got 13. I think I gave him like about 8,000.
You got 13. You gave him more than half.
Yeah.
Show me.
I don't have nothing to show you.
He says he didn't get it. He didn't get
I know he didn't.
$8,000. Did you get $8,000?
No, ma'am, I have never received a check from her for that. That was the agreement, yes. When she got her settlement, yes, she would give me half of it, but I never did. I didn't even know she got the settlement.
You did too.
Listen, I want you to tell me about the false paper she filled out for Housing Authority.
I received a phone call from Ms. Duran saying that I want you to write a letter saying that our son Michael lives with her so that she can receive assistance through housing. And I told her, no, I would not do that because not only is that fraud, but as soon as I did that, you would come and pick him up and take him. So I said, no, I would not do that.
Very smart.
And that's not true anyway.
Did you forge his name to a document?
No, he signed it.
Show me. Show me.
I don't have anything to show you. I wasn't even on housing when Michael was there. I'm not on housing now.
There it is, ma'am.
When that happened right there in August, he promised Michael that he would let Michael come and live with me because Michael wants to. These two keep me away from him because they know how much he wants to be there. The cops got involved in everything, and he was there in August.
Madam, this is not Mr. Valdez's signature.
Well, he wrote it. He wrote that. And that's not my signature. He wrote that. And he
I don't know. Maybe it's her signature. Who's that?
That's my sister. Why don't you
maybe
let her sign it and see?
Maybe it's her signature, but it's certainly not his signature. I don't know who signed it. Your boyfriend signed it. Your priest signed it. I don't know who signed it, but he didn't sign it. He didn't sign it. It's not his signature.
He brought it over to our apartments where I live and faxed it from the office.
Show me. Show
well,
me.
He's got. Wow.
Show me. Show me. What do you have in front of you? You must.
I have a letter from his ex-wife.
If you knew enough to bring evidence, and you knew that this was one of the allegations, Ms. Duran.
I didn't know.
How many calls to Child Protective Services did she make altogether?
Exactly, I don't know. There's been some that they didn't allow her to do the protective orders, but there's been 3 protective orders put against me or Mr. Park.
Can I see them, please?
Yes.
Were they temporary restraining orders?
Yes, ma'am.
Any one of them culminate in a final protective order?
No, ma'am. They've all been dismissed. Or
May I see them, please?
DCFS. And also there's a dismissal in there that Ms. Duran has filed once again to dismiss the case.
Well, the only reason why I filed through them anyways is because for my son's sake and for his safety.
Nothing came of your
nothing came of it, but
nothing came of your allegations. Yeah. Children's Services followed through with each of your allegations, and nothing came of it. The children still remain with their father. Is that right?
Yeah, but they don't want to.
I guarantee you, madam, if your children didn't want to be with their father, they wouldn't be with their father. They're 13 and 15 years. I'm speaking. They're 13 and 15 years old.
Yeah.
And if your children didn't want to be with their father, they would not be.
And that's why my kids threaten now to run away, that they're going to run away.
Listen to me very carefully, Ms. Duran. You abdicated your role as a mother 9 years ago by allowing your children to stay for the last 9 years with their father. They don't want to be with you. They're 13 and I'm speaking. They're 13 and 15. They have been interviewed by Child Protective Services on no less than, I'm speaking, listen, try to open up your ears.
I am. They are open.
Put on your listening ears.
I am.
They have spoken to Child Protective Services in the privacy of offices, not around your former husband or his companion. If they wanted to be in your custody at their age, the court would listen to them. They do not want to be in your custody. They have had an opportunity on no less than 3 occasions, according to these 3 reports.
They didn't ask them if they wanted to come and live with me. They asked them what I reported to them and what was going on.
Are you listening to me very carefully, Ms. Duran? When your children were asked whether they were being abused, I'm speaking, neglected, or in any way put upon by either their father or his companion, Neither one of them said that they were. Neither one of them, when they had the opportunity of speaking in private to child protective workers, said to the worker, I really would prefer to live with my mother. They don't have to ask that question. Children who are 13 and 15 are more than capable of making that statement without it being as a result of a question being posed to them, Ms. Duran. They don't want to go and live with you because you are a neglectful parent.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Michael Valdez and his boyfriend Ryan Park claim Michael's ex-wife, Marie Duran, filed false charges with Child Protective Services. Michael also says Marie is a deadbeat mom.
Listen, it sounds to me, Mr. Valdez, that your children have been through a great deal.
Yes, I agree.
A great deal as a result of their mother's behavior, and a great deal as a result of your behavior as well. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, that is a fair statement.
I mean, without going into particulars, you've been married twice. As far as I know, you finally got your identity straight, right? Yes. Now you know what it is, so you're not going to get married again. I assume that that's true.
That's true.
But your children have borne witness to the whole process.
Yes.
So, your children have certain emotional scars as a result of all the processes that they've seen. Their mother's neglect, their father's searching, and whatever happened during the course of that process. And I assume that if your children aren't in counseling, that they will be.
They have been, and the counselor said that he didn't see a reason to see him any longer.
Good. How long were they in counseling? I'm speaking. How long were they in counseling?
6 months.
When?
It was been over a year. And currently they are both seeing the psychiatrist at their individual schools.
Ms. Duran, I am going to suggest to you, madam, that if you were smart, you would petition the court to allow you to be engaged in conjoint therapy with your two children so that they can let you know in the presence of a therapist exactly how they feel. Would you have any objection to that?
No, ma'am.
I'm certain that it would be good for the children.
I agree.
And if she doesn't want to do that, that's her prerogative. But listen to me. You don't have a case against her. She doesn't like your lifestyle. She doesn't like what she hears. I assume that it's over. You're not going to file any more reports, are you, madam? I certainly hope not. Listen to me. I certainly hope. I'm speaking. You cannot listen to me when your mouth is moving. I certainly hope that before you file any other reports or call in reports to Child Protective Services, you will follow my good advice.
I will.
And petition the court for an order allowing you to see the children twice a month. And you set up and you pay for conjoint therapy with your two teenage children so that they can let you know what problems they have with you and what they would like to see you do to be more of a mother to them. Do you understand? Good. If you don't understand, she doesn't understand. That's a vacant look. I assume that means either she understands or she doesn't understand, but she doesn't like what I have to say. Either way, this case is over. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't approve of that situation, and I just wanted to do what was best for my kids.
She's not a good mother, and she's abandoned the children, and she's done it on more than one occasion.
I was seeing my kids. Everything was going okay until he came in the picture and stuck his nose in it.
No, before my partner was into it, we were going through the same problems. It's been that way since day one of the divorce.
When I first told him I wanted a divorce, ever since then, he's been one allegation after another.
We're just a normal, happy family. We have a nice home. The kids go to school. We go to church. It's like a normal family.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Aarons versus Anderson, step forward.
20-year-old student Chris Aarons is suing his former friend, 20-year-old student Corey Anderson, for damaging the side view mirror on his Chevy Blazer.
How old are you, Mr. Aarons?
20 years old.
20 years. And you?
20 years old.
When did this incident happen, Mr. Aarons?
Back in August.
Date?
I'm not sure of the date.
Well, if it was important to you, you would remember the date.
Sorry.
Do you remember the date?
No, I do not.
Don't listen to me. Don't get comfortable.
This ain't gonna take long.
Right. All right, Mr. Aarons, according to your complaint, the defendant was a friend of yours. You were meeting up in a parking lot on some undisclosed date in August of last year. When you got there, I don't know, for some unearthly reason, you decided to bump his truck with your car, just for laughs. You gave it a little nudge. He got annoyed. He got out of his car, according to you, and jumped on the hood of your car, causing damage. Correct? That's what you're suing him for.
Yes.
And he says you started it, right?
Right.
Sounds right to me.
There was no damage to his car, and why?
Who cares? Why did you bump his car?
I was just doing it as a joke to get...
You were an idiot. You were an idiot.
It doesn't justify me having to pay $300 for the mirror that he broke.
Now, sometimes when you act like an idiot, there are consequences. If you're in a car that weighs thousands of pounds and you decide to scare your friend, because it's late at night, right? It did happen at night.
Yes, it wasn't that late.
And in a parking lot. And you came up from behind him and gave him a little push. Is that what he did?
Yes.
Did you see him behind you?
Yes.
What did you think when he gave your car a little push?
Why in the world would you do that? Or why in the world would you get on my hood and kick my car and break my mirror?
Because you acted like a fool, Mr. Ahern.
So does that justify him acting like a fool and...
It does if I say it does.
Damaging my car?
It does if I say it does. There are consequences to behaving badly. As far as I'm concerned, if we're dealing in a court of equity, it would not justify him getting out of his car and coming over and punching you in the face, which he didn't do. He said, you disrespected my property, I'm going to disrespect yours.
Well, then
Is that pretty much what it was?
Correct.
Sounds right to me. Bye.
Judge Judy, you may step. It's case number 547 on the calendar in the matter of Irwin versus Berlin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat.
Miss Irwin, Mr. Berlin is your granddaughter's ex-boyfriend?
Right, Your Honor.
And you claim he owes you some money for babysitting for his daughter?
Yes, Your Honor, it was a copay.
Just a second. And then for some furniture that you purchased, which enabled him to get custody of his daughter from a previous relationship.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Your granddaughter and the defendant have a child together?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in addition to that, sir, you have a child from another relationship?
That's correct.
The child from the other relationship is how old?
2.5.
And there came a time when you were contacted with regard to gaining custody of this child because the mother was a drug abuser?
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
I believe it was November of 2004.
And at that time, where were you living?
At that time, I was living in a place in Portland, Oregon.
Who were you living with?
It was with Jennifer at the time.
Jennifer is Miss Irwin's granddaughter?
Correct.
And your child with her?
Correct.
When you were contacted about taking your daughter, did you at any time move in with Mrs. Irwin?
Basically, they moved in with us, and then we had to get a...
Who's they?
Ruth Irwin and also her son, Sean, moved in with us, and then we had to get a bigger place because I was basically getting custody of my daughter.
Now, what arrangement did you make with Mrs. Irwin as far as babysitting for your daughter while you worked? I assume you were working?
Correct.
Go ahead.
The arrangement was basically that she was going to watch my kid while I was at work, and at first it was okay, no payment involved. After a while it became that she wanted to get paid for it, which I could see, it's understandable. So I went to the DHS office and...
DHS?
Department of Human Resources.
So that you didn't earn enough to pay for child care, so you were getting state subsidized care.
Correct.
And the agreement was, Miss Irwin, with the state, was that you were going to get $300 a month.
No, Your Honor.
How much a month?
The state did not pay me no $300 a month.
How much did they pay you?
The state paid me, on an average, $192 a month, and David was to match a copay, which he got extra food stamps to compensate.
Just a second, I'm speaking. You say he was to give you $169
yes.
a month? For how many months did you babysit?
4 months.
Did she babysit for 4 months?
This is correct.
Okay. In the contract that you had with the state, the contract said that you were to make a co-payment, right?
Right.
You did not make the co-payment.
Right, but that's because we had a verbal agreement to not pay.
Oh, well, I want to hear about the verbal agreement you had with Mrs. Irwin not to pay her $169 a month.
Okay. Basically, the verbal agreement was that I was going to use this money that I didn't pay her towards extra bills around the house.
What bills?
Such as water, sewage, power, rent.
So what you're telling me is you paid the water bill?
Part of it.
No, you...
Of course you paid part of the water bill, sir. You were living there.
Correct.
I would expect you to pay part of the water bill. What else?
I paid cable, power.
Just a second. You paid it, the whole thing, or part of it?
Half of it, actually. She paid a quarter.
That's a lie.
Just a second.
That is a bull-faced lie, David.
Miss Irwin.
You knew
Miss Irwin, do you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor, I do. But
good.
Will I get my opportunity to talk?
No, not unless I ask you a question. This is not a tea dance. You don't open up your mouth and start to talk to him unless I ask you a question. Do we understand each other, Miss Irwin?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now,
but this man's lying.
You want to walk out of here?
No, Your Honor.
So you paid for what you minimally were supposed to pay for. Why would she agree that you not pay the $169 a month, Mr. Berlin, if you were paying only those portions of the bills that were rightfully yours?
Because, Your Honor, the verbal agreement we had in the beginning was that the $169 that I was to pay for the copay was only to be verbally not paid if she was to be paid by the state.
Mr. Berlin, that's a lot of double talk you just gave me.
Okay.
During the time that you were staying with Miss Irwin, did you have a substance abuse problem?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No.
Ever? Did you
That's
ever have
another
a...
lie.
Shh. Miss Irwin? Miss Irwin? Did you ever have a substance abuse problem, Mr. Berlin?
Nope. I drank alcohol every now and then, but that's it. Not a problem.
It was never a problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She babysat for you for 4 months. Times $169 equals $676, sir, because that was the agreement that you signed with the state. Now, let's get to the next part. The next part is Miss Irwin says that she bought furniture for your child, not the child that you share with her grandchild, but for your child, because otherwise the state would not give you your child.
Right.
So she went out and she purchased furniture with an understanding that you would repay her.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Did she buy the furniture?
She did, but she
How
went
much
out
did
and
she
bought
pay
it.
for the furniture?
I don't know the exact
How much did you
amount.
pay for the furniture, Miss Irwin?
The total amount of the furniture. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I've got a cold and I've got a lot of paperwork here that we need to resolve because...
No, we don't have a lot of paperwork. All we have is, how much did you pay for the furniture, Miss Irwin?
Well, I am not a calculator. I did not add it all up. I listed each article. I bought a potty chair for the child from Walmart.
How much?
$7. A bed and dresser at a yard sale. The bed was $30. The dresser was $25. Very nice ones.
Go ahead.
A small television for her to watch cartoons on, which there was no cable put in that room for that child to be able to watch any television.
Miss Irwin, I asked you a question. I don't expect you to talk to him.
And $65 worth of clothes.
$127.
Right.
May I say something, Your Honor? She went out and purchased all that stuff without ever consulting me
Did you
about
need that stuff for your daughter to come and live with you?
Not necessarily, no.
What do you mean, not necessarily? She didn't need a bed?
Of course she needed a bed, but I could have got...
She didn't need a dresser?
Yes, ma'am.
They would not have allowed the child to move in with you. You have one parent who is neglecting the child. They're not going to allow a child to come and move in with you unless they see that you have the provisions for the child. Correct?
Correct.
So somebody was going to have to furnish the child with a bed and a dresser.
Right.
Who would that be?
I could have done it, Your Honor.
But you didn't.
I would have done it on my next paycheck.
So when you got your next paycheck, you should have given her back the money. She bought it. $127, very cheap, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good.
Your Honor, could I say one thing?
No.
Well, it's very important to know...
I don't want to hear you. So far, you're not losing.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's a very bitter woman, Your Honor.
Bitter. Well, then I wouldn't want to live
Your
with her.
Honor,
So I don't want to hear unless I ask you a question.
And later today...
I want you to listen to me carefully, sir. I ask questions, you give me answers, and then we both leave here happy, and you continue to adore me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Ruth Irwin says her granddaughter's ex-boyfriend owes for babysitting co-payments. Ruth says the state paid its share, and now David needs to pay his.
Miss Irwin, you're suing him for the furniture that you bought, the children's clothing that you bought, and the $169 times 4 that he was supposed to pay in a copay. So far, you're not losing. There's no need for me to hear you, except irritate me.
But I have some very important evidence here, Your Honor, that needs to be said. I threw this guy out of the house.
I'm not interested. You want to tell somebody about why you threw him out of the house? Go on Jerry Springer. This case involves two things. Look at me, stop looking at your papers. It involves two things and two things only. Whether he's responsible for the $169 for 4 months, the answer is yes. And whether he's responsible for the baby furniture, and the answer is yes. Now, you, sir, have 30 seconds or less to explain to me your counterclaim, which, if I get it correctly, you say because she threw you out of the house, uncross your arms. Because she threw you out of the house, you lost custody of your daughter. So you want all kinds of pain, suffering, and anguish. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Go to it.
Okay, well, first of all, she threw me out of the house because she claimed that I was depressed, so I went to go check it out. I called, and she says to never come back again. So basically, after that, I was basically homeless, and I had to say that I couldn't take care of my daughter because I was basically homeless. So, because of that, she still has a lot of my property, such as this TV right here in this picture, which I have a receipt, which I bought a new one with.
Which anguish is that? In what category does the TV come under mental anguish?
Basically, she still has some of my property. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well, is your lawsuit mental anguish or is it your property?
It's both, Your Honor.
Well, let's start with the anguish.
Okay. Well, the anguish basically is she made me lose custody of my daughter.
No.
And
she didn't make you lose custody of your daughter. The state took the child away.
Well, she basically kicked me out. That's how I lost custody of my daughter. I would have kept having custody of my daughter if I stayed in that place.
She didn't want you there anymore.
I understand that, Your Honor, but I was living there, and there was no reason why I should have been kicked out in the first place.
Why do you think she kicked you out, Mr. Berlin?
Because she thought I had depression, which I did, because she made life very unbearable there for me.
So she thought you were suffering from depression. She didn't want you in the house anymore, and you acknowledge that you were suffering from depression, but you say you were suffering from depression because she was making life intolerable for you with the house.
Absolutely. She's a very bitter woman, Your Honor.
Bitter. Well, then I wouldn't want to live
Your
with her.
Honor,
So I don't want to hear anything unless I ask you a question. Do you understand? Good. If she's making your life unbearable, you take your child and you move. That's what you do.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't sue for it.
Okay.
She's not responsible for keeping you in her house, nor is she responsible for the state taking your child away. Is the child now back with her mother?
Yes, ma'am.
So the state had an option of giving the child back to her mother, who was a drug abuser, or you, who was depressed. Is that right?
I believe so,
That
yes.
was the choice.
Mm-hmm.
That was some choice. All right, now let's get to the television set. May I see a photograph, please,
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
television set?
This is the actual picture of the television set right here, but the back of it is a receipt that I replaced it with a new television because, well, basically I gave up hope of receiving my television again.
Listen to me.
Yep.
I want to see the bill where you purchased this television set.
I don't have that, Your Honor.
When did you purchase it?
It was October of 2003.
Okay. You have that television set, Miss Irwin?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Where is it?
Yes, you do.
No, I do not have the TV, Your Honor, because that was purchased between him and my granddaughter. They each shared that cost.
Just answer my question, Miss Irwin. Where is the television?
You know, it's in the living room.
Okay. Just a second. Where's your granddaughter?
In the living room, probably watching it. She paid for half of it.
Just a second.
No, she did not.
Just a second.
You got proof?
Miss Irwin, you don't understand what I'm saying to you, madam. Put the papers down. Don't speak to him.
He's a parasite, Your Honor.
Don't speak to him. And only answer my questions. Other than that, I don't want to hear you. Now, Mr. Berlin, you don't have a receipt for this television set indicating that you purchased it?
No, ma'am, I bought it.
You don't get it. You have to give her $803, Mr. Berlin. That is for 4 months of copay on the child care and your daughter's furniture, which she purchased, which she has no particular use for, with the understanding that the reason she purchased it was because the state was not going to permit you to retain or to gain custody of your 2-year-old unless you had a bed and a dresser, which she furnished and which, according to you, you were going to purchase with your next paycheck. And when you got your next paycheck, you should have given her the money back for it. That's the decision of the court. And for your mental anguish, you get a zippo, nada. You lost custody of your child because you were ill-equipped to take care of her.
Your
That's the
Honor.
only reason. And unless you're quiet, you're going to get nothing. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $803. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Got what you deserve, David. Nothing. Totally nothing. David didn't get called out for his misbehavings, but justice was served.
She's a very bitter old woman. She needs to come to her senses and stop being so bitter.
It's his virgin. I'm not an alcoholic. I drink a fifth a week.
Stay away from this woman over here.
You know, he's called and said, I'm committing suicide. Final thoughts is he'd do the state a blessing.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Strickland versus Johnson. Step forward, please.
Bar owner Michael Strickland is suing former patron, construction worker Brad Johnson, for putting a fist through his jukebox. Brad says he only tapped it with his finger.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see the guilty finger. Show me.
That's the one.
That's the one. See? Just solve this whole case. Let me explain it to you, Bert.
Thank you.
Mr. Strickland owns a bar. Mr. Johnson is a customer, and he's been a customer for a long time.
Yes.
And according to Mr. Strickland, Mr. Johnson broke his jukebox. And he broke his jukebox because he was tapping on the glass, you know, the big glass, and it broke. So
Little glass.
or a little glass, and it broke. So when I said to him, let me see the guilty finger, he showed it to me.
Oh.
Because he said, I didn't break it, I didn't do nothing. So. See how
nice.
That was?
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. That was very good. You have to say thank you. Your experience paid off. Mr. Strickland, you have a bar, you have a jukebox. Describe the jukebox to me.
I've got a picture right here.
That would be
to start it off.
Pleasant.
This is a little nicer picture just to show it's not a roadhouse. It's a nice establishment.
Oh, yeah.
They have families
Right.
and so forth that go in there. It's not just a
jukebox
bar.
This is on the wall, sir. It's mounted on the wall.
Yes, it is.
And it was broke. The glass broke.
Yes.
That's
and
what
I
it's
can
all
show you
about.
that as
When,
well.
when did the glass break, sir?
When he put his fist through it.
What date is what I want to know.
It would be the 22nd of December
Of last year.
of last year.
And he had been a customer for a long time.
Yes.
You played the jukebox before,
Absolutely.
and this time it jammed.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the little push-button screens. Oh, sorry.
It jammed. Something wasn't
Working right. That's correct.
So what did you do to help it work right?
I pushed a little harder.
Push a little harder with your guilty finger.
With my finger.
With your guilty finger. And as a result of that, the glass...
It kind of spider-webbed out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know that you have several ways of resolving a non-functioning jukebox. The first thing you do is use your words. You go over to the manager and you say, I put in my quarter and it didn't work.
Right.
But if you use your finger, and your finger is attached to that muscle that looks like you work out occasionally?
No.
Well, it certainly looks like you work out, sir. That's a compliment.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. If it breaks during the natural course of your use, you're not responsible.
Right.
But if you resort to extraordinary measures, like using your guilty finger, raise that guilty finger again, sir.
It's right there.
Mr. Johnson, that's the guilty finger, then you have to pay for the damage. Is that fair?
Oh, no.
Why do you think it's not fair, Mr. Johnson?
I think anybody that came up there and pushed it could have broke it. Now, if I put my fist through it...
Well, just a second. Anybody could have. Let me tell you this. If my 6-year-old granddaughter, who weighs 34 pounds, put her finger on it like this, it would not have broken.
Unless it's already cracked.
But it wasn't already cracked.
Well, we don't know that.
We do know that when you put your finger on it,
Yes.
tapped it with that sizable bulk behind it because you were frustrated. How much money had you put in?
Oh, not very much. I wasn't frustrated. Just...
Your Honor, can I tell you a little bit about his behavior?
You can tell me about his behavior, sir, but does it look like it's necessary?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now, how long had you been in the car that night, Mr. Johnson, before we tapped on the jukebox?
Oh, we'd just been there for a little while.
What's a little while, sir?
Maybe a half hour.
How much did you have to drink in that half hour?
Personally, a couple of beers.
Okay. And were you dancing or just hanging
no,
around?
I don't dance.
You should dance.
Look at me.
Now, the plaintiff, Mr. Strickland, also says that when you get drunk, you act a little stupid, and you ran out during another instance on a $200 bar tab. Did you do that?
That's what he says.
Your Honor,
Did you? Shh. Mr. Johnson, did you do that?
I walked out, but it wasn't my bar tab.
Whose bar tab
Oh, I have
was it?
no idea.
Did you
We had
pay-
like 8 people with us.
Did
so.
you pay it?
No. I put money down on the table with everybody else, and they all left. So, but it always comes back to me
Did you
every time I go there.
eventually pay the $200?
Absolutely.
It's not the way to...
Ship. Did you eventually pay the $200?
Yeah, I dropped off a check there.
Okay.
Well, of course,
And
like a couple weeks later.
Mr.
Yes.
Johnson, I want you to listen to me carefully,
Yes,
sir. I ask questions, you give me answers, and then we both leave here happy, and you continue to adore me, right? Did the police come to your house and discuss the $200 bar tab?
No, they called me.
They called you.
Yes.
They didn't come to us. They called you.
Right.
And it was after that that you dropped off a check?
Yes.
Very good. Now, cost them $1,515.50 to fix what your guilty finger did.
All right.
Judgment for the plaintiff in that amount. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are, you may step out. Cool. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
You are Mr. Lindstrom?
Correct.
You weren't there during the course of this argument that resulted in damage to a car that you own, that your daughter was driving. Is that right?
That's correct.
So you can have a seat. Ms. Lindstrom, the defendant was your boyfriend. I gather from your papers that you are in the process of breaking up with him. You decided to go over to his house. There was an argument. You decided to take some of your belongings. And an argument ensued. And the argument, I gather, was over a guitar that you were taking with you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the argument extended outside and resulted in your father's car getting dented.
Yes.
You say the defendant caused those dents to the car. Okay, so let's start. When was this argument?
April 5th.
Of this year.
Yes.
Now, when you went over to his apartment, had you already broken up?
It was actually his parents' house, and no, we hadn't.
So you went over there for the purpose of what?
Just to hang out.
And you got into an argument?
Yes.
About what?
Nothing in particular. We were just getting on each other's nerves.
So what did you do?
He asked me to leave, and I said I would leave if I could have my personal belongings back, because we assumed we would never be speaking to each other after that point.
And what personal belongings were you going to take?
I had a guitar, a VCR, and a Sony PlayStation, but at that point I was most concerned about the guitar because I still owed money on it.
Tell me about the guitar.
It's a $650 guitar I purchased from a store. I purchased it on a payment plan in which I still owed 2 more payments on.
Who plays the guitar?
Andy plays the guitar.
So you gave the guitar to him?
I bought it with the assumption that he would eventually pay me back for it.
You don't buy something under the assumption. When did you give him the guitar?
The day we bought it.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding you buying the guitar.
We went to a store. We both picked out a guitar that we both liked. I actually traded in a guitar that I owned and paid the remainder of the money that was owed with a check. And there's 2 other checks that were going to be cashed at later dates to make up the remaining payment.
How did you get the guitar, sir?
She gave it to me and I brought it over to my house, and I'd been playing it for a couple of months.
What do you mean she gave it to you?
When we moved out of our apartment, she gave the guitar to me and said I could take it to my house.
And said you could take it to your house?
Yes.
Well, did she give it to you as a gift, or did she purchase it to share it?
I asked her to buy it for me as a gift and told her I would pay her back if she wanted me to, and that's what I assumed was going on.
You said 2 different things. You said she bought it for you as a gift, and you said you would pay her back.
The gift part of it was that she was going to pay for half of it and I was going to pay for the other half. That was like the original agreement we had when we went into the store to buy the guitar.
Is that right?
Considering that I had given the guitar store my guitar that I had owned previously, that was the part I was paying for.
Is that right?
Yes.
Fine. So how much money was invested in the guitar?
Probably $450.
That you paid for?
Yes.
Okay. And the agreement was he was to pay you back for that?
Yes.
But he was going to keep the guitar?
Yes.
Did you make any payments to her?
I hadn't at the time that she came over. It was a little while after we'd moved out of our apartment, and the fight just happened, and she took the guitar, and I wanted it back.
Why hadn't you made any payments on it?
I hadn't gotten paid from work yet, so I didn't have any money.
So, Miss Lindstrom, based on your contract, you gave him the guitar.
Yes.
He was to make payments on it. So you had no right to take it from the house.
He hadn't made any payment on it.
You didn't have any time frame for the payments. Is that right?
Correct.
So you had no right to take the guitar. It could have been a lawsuit. You could have sued him for the $450. But the guitar was, in fact, his guitar. You understand that? If you didn't, I'm explaining it to you now. You may have still owed money on the guitar, but your agreement was he keeps the guitar, he gives you $450 at some time. That's a lawsuit. That means that if you went there to retrieve your property, he says, I'm keeping the guitar, fine, you still owe me $450, you go to small claims court, you sue him for $450, and if that's your agreement, which he says it was, you get your $450. So you had no right to take the guitar. So you went into the house, you took the guitar, and what happened?
He tried to get me to leave by using force. At one point, he was on top of me on the bed and was choking my neck.
Why didn't you leave when he told you to leave?
Because I wanted to take my things with me first.
The most important thing you said you were interested in taking was the guitar.
That's right.
Which I've already explained to you had no right to take. Okay, so what happened next?
I got a hold of the guitar and he said, fine, if you take it outside, I'm just going to follow you and take it back from you. So I went outside and he grabbed it from me. And I tried to go after him, but he pushed me down. And I got up and he pushed me down 3 more times. And then he turned around to go back into the house, and I grabbed a hold of his back. And he said, Jenny, if you don't let go of my back, I'm going to hit you over the head with the guitar.
So you grabbed hold of his back, which means that you were sort of piggyback, is that right?
Yes.
So your feet were off the ground?
Yes.
And you were holding on to him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And after he said that, he laid me back down onto the hood of the car. So that
he laid you back down so that you would get off him?
Right.
Go ahead.
And then he got up off of me, and I got up and grabbed the guitar. And I ran around to the other side of the car, to the driver's side, and I got inside. I put the guitar and got inside the car. I shut the doors. I locked them. He looked really upset because I was in my car. There's nothing else he could do. At this point, he kicked off the passenger mirror of my car and then proceeded to kick the front passenger door and the back passenger door a few times. And then he went inside and his mother came out and asked if I was okay.
Do you have photographs of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see them, please.
Right there.
Sorry.
Is this a picture of the hood of the car?
Yes.
Is there a dent in the hood of the car?
There are several small dents. The picture doesn't really show.
Is that from when you fell on the car that you pay for?
Okay.
Let me hear your version of the events.
What happened was she came over to my house and we were just watching TV, and I asked her to leave several times over and over again. The only force I used to try and get her out of the house was I picked her up and carried her, and I got her outside finally to leave, and she took my guitar with her, so I went and got it back, and she continued to jump at me, try and get it back. She jumped on my back. I pushed her onto the hood of the car because I wanted her off my back. I don't know if I kicked the car during the struggle on accident because she kept attacking me, but...
The hood is during the course of the struggle. The kicks to the car aren't during the course of the struggle.
No, the struggle happened all around the car in my front yard. He was the only other person there that saw it. My mom didn't even come outside till afterwards.
Were you there all the time?
Yes.
Step up.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 19-year-old Jennifer Lindstrom says ex-boyfriend Andy Kunkel owes for an assault and for kicking her car.
Tell me your name.
Tony Vaitkunis.
Tell me what you saw, sir.
I came over, I guess they had been fighting. I came over right when they went outside, and they were running around the car, shouting at each other, and she jumped up on his back, and I saw the money later on the hood of the car. I did not see him kick the car. I don't know anything about that. That came up when Andy got the papers that they were suing him. The fight was pretty much Andy saying, give me my guitar back, and her saying no, and him saying, get away from me, and her running after him and wouldn't just leave.
Okay, let me see the estimates for the car, please. All right, we're eliminating the hood. Do you know why we're eliminating the hood?
I know why you think it should be eliminated, yes.
You jumped on his back. You had to get you off his back.
Not
What do you want him to
throw
do,
me
hit
on
you in
the-
the head with the guitar?
No.
Okay. So?
But would that have been my fault, too? If he hit me on the head with the guitar?
Absolutely. He was stealing his guitar. Listen to me. The law doesn't take emotions into account. The law says it's his house. He asked you to leave. You didn't want to leave. He finally told you to leave. You finally said you would leave, and you took his property. Now, he has a right to get his property back. You want to say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He was not, that was his mother's house. He was not living there at the time, so
Yes, I was.
for him to say that he was not living at the home is incorrect.
Now, living at what home?
In his mother's home. He was not living there.
Well, his property was there. And he, as opposed to your daughter, at the time that she was told to leave by someone who has presumptive authority to be in the home, once she comes in with permission, but when she's told to leave, then it becomes a trespass if she doesn't leave. But your daughter had no right to take this guitar. The guitar had been given to the defendant. The fact that he owed her money is handled in a civil way. That's the way we resolve disputes in this country. She walks out the door, she gets into her car, she may be furious, but she gets into the car, and she says, I'm going to sue him for the $450 because that's what he owes me for the guitar. And he promised he would pay me back for the guitar.
Can I say something there?
Yes.
It was my belief that it would not become his guitar until he paid me back for it.
What your belief is irrelevant unless there is an agreement. And I guarantee you that when this guitar was purchased, you did not say to him, you may have physical possession of the guitar, but the guitar does not become yours legally until you pay me the money. You didn't say that to him, did you?
I said something similar, yes.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's not what a boyfriend and a girlfriend say to each other. It's not what even friends say to each other. They say, you'll pay me back? You know, I'm going to lay this out, but you'll pay me back for it? Yes, I will. That's it. So, the fact that he had to get you off his back and you dented the hood of your dad's car, you have to be responsible for that. But I find that you did, in fact, kick this car. You were angry because she had your guitar in the car, and you were angry.
She didn't have it in the car until she drove off.
Yes, and that's when she says you kicked the car.
No, because she didn't drive off until after my mom came outside, and when my mother came outside, I went back in the house.
Before your mother came outside, you kicked the car. Clearly, this car was kicked. This is not just pushing somebody against the side door. There's a difference between a side door of the car and the hood of the car.
I didn't say that I pushed her into it. I said during the struggle it might have accidentally happened.
Could have happened. I find that it didn't. And he probably should have let her, just on an emotional basis, let her take the guitar and go and sue for it later. If you feel as if it was yours, then you would have sued her and she would have said, we had an agreement. When he gives me the $450, you can have the guitar. Right?
Yes.
So somebody's got to pay for this man's car. His daughter's going to pay for part of it, for the hood of the car, but you're going to pay for the sides, which comes to $957. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was fine. I think she was fair in what the decision was.
The judge made some valid points, but that it was still unfair.
Make legal binding contracts when you buy a gift for somebody, I guess.
Don't lend money.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Flores versus Flores. Step forward.
27-year-old store clerk Patricia Flores is suing her sister-in-law, 25-year-old customer service rep Sonia Flores, for kicking her car. Sonia says Patricia was parked outside her home and she was trying to get her to leave.
Mrs. Flores, the defendant is your sister-in-law.
Correct.
And according to your complaint, you went over to your mother-in-law's house to pick up your husband.
Correct.
When was that?
March 31st.
And you were in your car?
Correct.
And your sister-in-law came either home or came out of the house?
No, she was driving up, going home.
She was coming home. She saw your car parked. You were waiting for him outside?
Correct.
And she came up to your car, started an argument, and then kicked your car.
Correct.
Damaging your car.
Correct.
You want her to pay for the damage.
Correct.
She says, I don't know, she merely tapped at your window and told you to go away. Had you had a problem with your sister-in-law before this?
No, I haven't had a problem with her before, but when I married my husband, she never liked me.
When were you married?
February the 27th.
Okay. Now, what did your sister-in-law say to you when she came up to the car?
She said kind of verbal names.
Tell me what she said. When she walked up to the car?
Yes.
Any reason for that?
Well, the reason is that apparently my two friends that I had before were my friends, not anymore, had told her that I was with her boyfriend, which it wasn't even her boyfriend.
You mean before you were married?
Before I was married, yeah.
So that's why you think she doesn't like you?
Correct.
Now, Miss Flores, why did you go up to the car and tell her to leave?
Because she's not really welcome at our house.
Not welcome by whom?
By my whole family that lives at my house.
Well, what does that have to do with you?
Well, I really don't like her because the way she is. She sleeps around and
What's that your business?
I know it's not my business, but it is my brother, and
so it's not your business?
I know.
So what did you go up to her car for?
I was telling her to leave. Basically.
She was waiting for her husband.
Yes, but my mom even told my brother she's not welcome there.
She wasn't in the house.
I know, but she was outside and still, it's still in front of the house and telling her not.
You have pictures of the damage to the car?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it, please. Did she kick the car with you in the car?
Yes, she did.
Go ahead.
I went up to the car after work. This is around 5:30. And I tapped on the car, and yes, I was calling her names. And she did sleep with a friend of mine.
I'm not interested in who she slept with, madam. Couldn't be less interested.
All right.
So you're calling her all kinds of names?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
And then I was telling her to leave. She was ignoring me, and I kept telling her to leave. After a while, I decided, all right, this is enough. I turned around, and I walked back to my car. When I got something from my car, I walked back to the house, and then that's when my brother came out of the house, and she was saying that I kicked her car, where I don't know why she would say that.
She said it because you did it. She said it because you did it. That's why she said it.
I didn't do it.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Because she was ignoring you. She was just sitting there. You were calling her all kinds of names. You were telling her to leave. She wasn't leaving. She was waiting for her husband. You got really frustrated, and you kicked her car.
Well, it is a used car. That dent could have been there already.
Yeah, well, it's possible, except that you did it.
I didn't do it.
Oh, yes, you did. You know why I know you did it?
How?
Because here you are. You're at your home. She's not in your home. She's sitting outside your home. You know exactly why she's there. She's there to pick up her husband. She's not invading your home. She's not invading your space. You say in your answer that you merely walked up to the window and tapped on the window and said, "You're not welcome here." But that's not what you said to her. You called her all kinds of names.
Yes, I did.
And if you called her all kinds of names and she was, as you put it, ignoring you, and I think you even said here something about giving you dirty looks,
yes,
then somebody with your kind of temper who was calling her all kinds of abominable names and telling her to get off her property would not just turn around and walk away. You may turn around and walk away after you gave her car a little kick, but not without that. You married?
No, I'm not.
Anybody else in your family married?
I have 4 brothers. They're all married.
Any of your brothers divorced?
No.
You like all the other wives?
Yes, I do.
Either you better learn to like this one or just to get along with her. It's not your choice. It's his choice. Not your choice, not your mother's choice, not your father's choice, not your sister's choice, not your brother's choice, nobody else's choice. It's his choice.
To be married to her?
That's right.
But it's also my choice whether I want to like her or not, and I choose not to like her.
You don't have to like her. You have to be civil to her.
That's if I like her. I don't like her.
Fine. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $596. That's all.
Yeah, that's case number 499 on the calendar in the matter of Carrigan versus Carrigan.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Carrigan, the defendant is your sister.
Yes.
Which one is the sister?
This one.
Who are you?
I'm her daughter.
Sit down. Okay. There came a time when you and your sister were living together in a house. Month and year that you moved in together in this house.
It was September of 2007.
Okay. Now, prior to that, according to you, Mr. Carrigan, you had purchased a handgun from your sister for $250. Then there came a time, subsequent to September of 2007, you're going to tell me the date, that you and the defendant had an altercation in the house. Police were called. Police confiscated the gun.
Yes.
Your sister says it's her gun. You say it's your gun. You paid for it. She was supposed to change the registration, sort of never got around to it. So the first thing I'm going to deal with is this gun. When did you purchase it?
I went up to Vancouver, Washington, and visited her.
Just give me a date.
Probably in November of 05.
And you had the gun unregistered since November of 05?
Yes.
And the police now have it?
Yes.
That's too bad. Right?
Yeah.
Perfect. You don't expect to get help from me in that area, do you?
Not at all.
So you don't get your money back and you don't get the gun back. Somebody gives you a handgun. This is not a little teeny handgun. This is a serious handgun. According to you, it's a Glock?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in 4 years' time that you have it, it should have been registered. And the fact that it wasn't registered, you get no help from me. So the police now have the gun?
Yeah.
Perfect. It's where it belongs.
She was living out of state. I went up to see her.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You're a grown man. In your jurisdiction, is the gun supposed to be registered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she had asked me to take the gun because
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what the reason is. You live in a jurisdiction where you're supposed to register handguns. You had the gun for 4 years, unregistered. You don't come to court to ask them to help to get your gun back.
Yeah.
That was your responsibility. All right. So that takes care of gun over. Now, let's take care of rent. You moved out in November.
Yes, ma'am. We moved out because of the escalation of violence that he was displaying.
You didn't want to live there anymore. You moved out in November.
Thanksgiving Day.
And you paid rent for November.
Yes, ma'am.
What rent do you want?
Well, our agreement was that we would give each other a 60-day notice.
When did you make that agreement?
When we moved in. And
is that right?
First it was 90 days, then it was 60 days, then it went back to 90, then it went back to 60. He kept changing it. So it was difficult to determine.
Is it at least 30?
Yes. We had notified him in September that we would be moving out within the next couple months.
That's not true.
Well, tell me when that conversation took place, Ms. Carey.
I don't remember exactly what date, but it became very apparent in September that we had to move on.
When did you tell your brother that you were, in fact, moving out? In September, it became apparent. Apparent
Yes.
is not a contract.
Well, I told him in September we're moving out within the next couple of months.
No, she
That's
didn't.
not an answer.
And
no, that's no, Ms. Corrigan. That's not giving him notice that you're moving out within the next couple of months.
2 weeks before the incident where I had to call the police, I told them, him and his wife, that if there are any further incidents of violence or display of rage that we would move out immediately.
Okay. So describe to me what happened on the 26th of November.
It was actually the Sunday before that we decided that we had to get out immediately.
Well, tell me what happened, because that's germane, because otherwise you are responsible for December's rent.
He and his wife were asking me what day I was moving out. I didn't know exactly what day I was moving out, so I was unable to answer their question.
Just a second. They said to you, what day are you moving out, and you answered what?
I said, I don't know. I'll know in the next few days. That was my answer.
Okay, I don't know. I'll know in the next few days.
Yes.
Did you tell them what month you would be moving out?
I did not.
Why not?
Because I didn't know exactly what day I was going to be moving out.
I didn't say day, Miss Corrigan. If you said, I don't know what day, but I'll be moving out in November, or I'll be moving out in December, that at least gives them some indication of when they have to start to look for someone else to take over part of the rent, if they need somebody else to take over part of the rent, because I assume you were there because you were paying rent.
Yes, we were
So
paying
why didn't
rent.
you tell them, I'm moving out in November? I don't know what date.
I was upset, and I didn't want to go into...
That's right. So you didn't give him an answer.
Correct.
So you didn't give him an answer.
I didn't give him an answer that
you
he
didn't
wanted.
Give him no, you didn't give him an answer because you were upset.
I was feeling cornered because in several occasions before that...
I don't care before that. He and his wife said to you, when are you moving out? Just give me a date. And you said, I can't give you a date because I don't know now. When you, in fact, knew you were moving out in November. So you chose not to do that. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So he didn't like that I wasn't going to give him a specific date because I didn't know.
Just tell me what he said to you and what you said to him. Not that he didn't like. I don't want to hear he didn't like.
Okay. He was getting upset, more and more upset. And I said, you know, this is not a time to continue this conversation. I'm going to go into my room.
What did he say to you?
I don't remember exactly what he was saying to me.
I just was asking her when she was going to move out.
Well, he was yelling at me.
Don't speak. You were asking her when she was moving out. She said to you, I don't know when I'm moving out. I can't give you a date. Then you said to her what?
I said, well, we need to know so we can make arrangements ourselves.
Okay, and she said to you what?
I don't have to answer you. I don't have to talk to you.
And then?
And then she went into her room and shut the door.
And then?
That's when I took the picture and broke the picture.
So you took a picture.
Out of pure frustration.
And you broke it.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's part of what she's suing for. So that, you know, you're responsible for.
I don't feel like I am.
Well, listen, you want to talk about your feelings, go someplace else. I don't care about your feelings.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Robert Carrigan says his sister Deborah Carrigan and her daughter Rachel Lopez owe for rent, bills, and the value of a gun. The defendants are countersuing for the return of their security deposit and destruction of property.
Okay, then what happened?
That's when I called the landlord and gave him a 30-day notice. But I had called him on November 1st and given him a 60-day notice because I'd been home from the hospital a couple weeks and I figured I'd be well enough to move by January.
What was wrong with you?
I had open heart surgery on October 8th.
So you gave the landlord 30 days notice?
Yeah, I gave him a 60-day notice on the 1st of November, and then they started giving me problems about paying the utility bills.
They had paid you for November?
No, they never paid me for the November bills.
Your Honor, we weren't giving him problems about paying the bills. I wanted to see copies of the bills.
Just 1 second. So do you have those bills?
Yeah.
Can I see them, please? And then I'll show them to her.
Here you go. I have this broke
What is
down.
this?
That's for getting the carpets cleaned after we moved out.
We had cleaned the carpets 3 months before we moved out.
But we had 3 dogs that...
I don't care whether... I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Would you show her the bills, please?
We had also...
Shh. Those are the bills. Look at them. What is her share of the utilities?
It came to $299.34.
And what was her share of the rent for December?
The rent is $330 each for them.
Are you suing her?
Yes.
Stand up. Did you pay your rent for December?
No. We did not live there in December.
You don't have to live there in December. Mother had an agreement. Did you have an agreement to give him notice too?
In September, we gave them notice saying that we would be gone.
No, she
No,
didn't.
you didn't. I find that you did not. I find that the statement, "we'll be moving out within a couple of months," is not giving them notice. So far, you owe them $959. That's for your share of the utilities and December's rent for the two of you.
Hey, he also...
Now, you have a counterclaim. Your
Yes.
counterclaim is for the value of the picture.
Yes.
That he owes you. How much
Yes.
was the photograph? To
I
reframe
went
it.
and had an estimate done, what it would cost to restore this picture.
And reframe it.
And the estimate just for the picture is $269.38.
Let me see it, please.
And then I have 3 different price ranges of frames ranging from like $35 to $80 to replace the frame.
Can I see the photograph, please? Oh, it's a great picture. Okay. We have to pay for that, sir. All right. Your counterclaim is for the value of the picture and the return of your security deposit. You had a security deposit of $900?
That is
And
correct.
he had a security deposit of $900. And you moved out when?
On December 23rd.
How much did you get back from the landlord?
We didn't get anything back because there was a redwood.
Just a second. I just want to know if you got anything back.
No.
Do you have a statement from the landlord that indicates that you're not getting anything back?
Yes.
I'd like to see it, please.
Here it is.
How many dogs did you have?
I have 2 dogs.
What kind?
I have a Labrador Retriever and then a mix. He's about 30 pounds.
And you?
I have a Australian Shepherd.
This is excessive traffic and chewing of the redwood railings.
It was his dog that did the chewing.
Okay, very good. You don't get your security deposit back. It costs more than that to fix that and to clean the carpets, according to the bills that are there. Okay. Your sister owes you $659. I have given you credit for the photograph restoration and framing. Clear?
Yes.
That's all. Step out.
All right, is that excused? You may step out.
He was displaying escalating fits of violence.
It was actually pure frustration at the fact that she wouldn't give me a straight answer.
We had to get out of there.
I do not consider him family anymore.
I'm done with him.
It's over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of loss versus loss. Step forward, please.
Deborah Loss is suing her son, 25-year-old Michael Loss, for loans to pay off debt and to make his car insurance payments.
This is your son.
Yes.
How many children do you have, Mrs. Loss?
I have 2.
How old is this one?
He's 25.
And your other one?
29.
Does your 29-year-old live at home?
No. He's
On his
married.
own?
Yes.
Married on his own.
Yes. 2 children.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Loss?
I'm a manager of a restaurant.
For how long?
Going on 3.5 years.
Why does your mother take care of your son?
Why? Mostly because she chooses to. I mean, he wants to go and spend time with her, and she enjoys it. I mean,
What I'm asking you is how come he doesn't live with you?
well, he does. I mean, it's a back and forth, you know what I mean? Like, he stays with me, and then he'll go there sometimes on the weekend whenever she's out of school. And
Who takes care of him when you're at the restaurant?
my girlfriend,
Is that right?
or my mother,
And where is the child's mother?
she's at home.
So you live with the child's mother,
Yes,
but your mother takes care of him a good deal of the time.
yes,
You advanced your son some money on condition that he would pay you back.
Yes.
I believe that was for insurance.
Yes.
How much did you advance him?
I paid a total of $1,344.
Was this car insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your mother pay for your car insurance for you?
yes, she did.
That's what you seem to indicate in your answer, that you did in fact borrow this money from your mother, but you don't have to return it because she lost an inheritance that was rightfully yours.
Yes,
All right. When you initially borrowed this money from your mother, did you ever tell her that you would pay her the money back?
yes, I did.
When did you tell her that you would pay her the money back?
I told her that I would give her money at the beginning of every month.
For the insurance.
Yes.
When did you change your mind?
I decided that I needed this money that she had lost during her bankruptcy, and I didn't feel that I should be entitled to pay it back.
Mrs. Loss?
Yes.
How often does your grandson stay with you?
He stays with me just about every weekend, sometimes a couple days during the week, quite often.
So you enjoy having your grandson around?
I love it.
Okay, tell me about this inheritance, sir.
Okay, it was actually through my grandmother. She gave this money to my mother, and my mother had it in her name. And it was, I'm not exactly sure the exact amount. I think it was around about a $12,000 to $13,000, which was supposed to be split evenly for tuition for school between me and my brother, which my grandmother had explained to me.
How long ago was this?
It was probably 9 years ago, maybe 8, I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's just basically all that I really ever knew about it. And then my mother had to file bankruptcy due to her last marriage. And it was like a down spiral for her as far as she had to go into debt. Well, during that bankruptcy, she lost everything. She lost all the tuition money for me and my brother, her van, and a few other things. Mm-hmm. And it upset me, you know what I mean? Because I was planning on going to college. But as of right now, I've got a son, and I've been trying to work to do better. But
Who did you live with when you were growing up?
my mother.
Did she work?
Yes, she did.
What kind of work did she do?
She was a school teacher, and plus she even worked a second-time job after she got out of school.
Is there any particular reason why her finances became difficult?
Due to her ex-husband's medical condition.
What was the nature of his medical condition?
He had epilepsy and had a bunch of hospital bills, which drove my mother into debt.
So there were medical bills that she was responsible for because he was her husband.
Right.
And?
Honestly, I don't think that she should have allowed for it to continue. And otherwise, I don't think I would have had to have lost that tuition money. You know what I mean? That I was entitled to.
Mr. Loss, if you had said to your mother a year and a half ago, I'd like you to pay for my insurance on my truck or my car because I really can't afford to pay it, and you really owe me that money anyway because I think, wrongly, I will tell you, but I think that since you lost Grandma's money that I was really supposed to have, you didn't lose it gambling or drinking. I mean, she was taking care of her responsibilities and at the same time taking care of her 2 sons. But if you had said that to her right up front, I would say, and if your mother continued to give you this money, then you would write. But that's not what happened, Mr. Loss. What happened was you said to your mother, I'll pay you each month. And then you said, well, I really shouldn't have to pay her back. Why shouldn't I have to pay her back? Well, maybe because the sky is blue, maybe because it's Tuesday, maybe because it's Friday. Maybe because 9 years ago, she lost my grandmother's money that I was supposed to have. What if she didn't have money to feed you? Do you think she should have used Grandma's money? Of course. If your grandmother wanted you to have the money, sir, she would have put the money in trust for your first name?
Michael.
Michael Loss. And your brother?
He came to me asking for a loan of $1,500. The reason why I gave him the loan of $1,500 was that he had given me $400 of his stimulus check towards his insurance. So I felt, since he was trying to make an attempt to pay back some monies, that I would go ahead and take out the $1,500.
Did he say anything about using this inheritance money as a write-off?
No.
No. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
What'd you need the $1,500 for?
To catch up on my cell phone bill, and I had a power bill that was high, too.
See what happens? Even though you work, sometimes you work, you don't make enough money. Just like your mother. She worked, she was a school teacher, according to you, had the second job, but then all of a sudden, her husband got sick. She had hospital bills, so with best intentions and working very hard, she still couldn't deal with it. Right?
Right. That's correct, man.
Aren't you sorry you're here?
Am I sorry?
Yeah.
No.
You should be. $2,844. That's what you owe your mother and an apology. That's all. Step out.
Case number 559 on the calendar in the matter of Howie versus Rebels. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Mr. Howie, how long have you and your wife been married?
4 years, going on 5 years.
And you have one child?
Yes, ma'am.
How old?
Our child is 4 months old.
Defendant is your former girlfriend. You have a child with her who is now 12 years old. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
You and your wife get along?
Yes, very much.
You may have to tell her to butt out of your business. That's going to be a hard thing for you to do.
Yes, ma'am.
But I read your complaint, and that's eventually what you're going to have to tell her to do. Butt out. Because this is your complaint, which I have a sense that would not have been brought were it not for your wife. You were moving from one location to another.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant moved into your old place. Is that right?
That's correct.
And there was some furniture there. According to your wife, because she wrote the complaint, you loaned her the furniture, said you could use it. And then you left and you moved to your new location, where you still reside.
Yes, ma'am.
And you also left the cable on in your name.
That's correct, in Kristen's name, my wife.
And she said she would take care of switching it over. You eventually did switch it over. And there was a cable bill for a couple of months. How many months?
It's 2 months.
Which is how much?
$367.57 from the collections.
Right. From collections?
From the collections, I'll be pronouncing collections.
Some of that was her bill.
Don't speak! and you want the furniture back. Now, there's some convoluted story that you went there and didn't take the furniture back, left it there, and now she hasn't returned it to you and you've asked for it.
Yes.
But this whole thing came about because probably your wife had a baby. There was a lot of money going out. You haven't paid child support in a while. They're taking your tax return.
Yes, ma'am.
So your wife said, now you're going to sue her for the furniture. That be a fair statement, Mr.
It's,
Howie?
you know, it's pretty close.
It's pretty close. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out, sir. That's why you have to tell your wife to back off. This 12-year-old child has nothing to do with her.
Exactly.
Nothing to do with her. And anything that's done since I assume that for 12 years or 11 years, before you got involved with her, before you made another baby with her, everything was okay with Miss Revels and your child.
Absolutely.
You enjoyed a reasonable relationship. You even asked her to move in. There was no animus for a very long time.
No, I'm not saying that. This has nothing to do with my 12-year-old daughter, though. This has to do
It has everything to do with your 12-year-old daughter, sir. You go to court when you haven't paid child support because you have a new baby.
Well, I will pay mine.
And you have new responsibility. Before you had a new baby, a new responsibility, and a new wife, you paid your child support when you were supposed to. You did what you were supposed to. You lived close to your child.
Yep.
You know, I could write this book even though it's not in here, Mr. Howie.
Oh, listen.
I've been in family court for a very long time, sir. That's what happened. You had a wonderful relationship with your child. You had a decent relationship with the defendant. You paid your child support when you were supposed to. You decided to have a new life. You married this lady. You and your wife decided to have a new child. And then all of a sudden, new wife says, money's going out. That's not fair.
Your Honor, I mean, with all due respect, she owes the money.
The cable bill's
that
in
has
my
nothing
name.
to do with
Listen
it.
to me. I'm not talking about the cable bill. I'm talking about the furniture. The cable bill she knows she owes, right?
Yes, you're right.
So she doesn't owe me for the furniture because I owe her child
Mr.
support?
Howie.
I mean, she can't
Mr.
have
Howie,
both, right?
I don't think she agreed to buy the furniture.
You're right, she didn't, but where's it at? She
Just
never
a
gave
second.
it to us.
I don't think she agreed to buy the furniture. If you say, I sold her the furniture for $500 and she didn't pay it, that's a different story. That's not what you say here. And what I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Howie, is you're going to have to tell your wife to back off, that it's none of her business.
Well, the furniture was my doing. That's me. It's my furniture.
You can't have it back.
Well, shouldn't I
You
be
can't
compensated?
have it
I don't
back.
want it back. I just want to be compensated for
You're
it.
not going to get compensated for it. You're not going to get money from her for it, especially if you tell me I don't want it back. Say, I don't
It's
want
gone.
it back.
We tried getting it back. It's gone.
Your Honor, they have not.
Just a second. Especially if you tell me I don't want it back. I want to be compensated for it. When was the last
Well,
time?
I'll take it back if
Hey,
you give it back to me.
hey,
But
We've tried to get it back 2
This
times.
has nothing to do with you. The cable bill was in your name. You're going to get paid. Other than that, it has nothing to do with you. This 12-year-old has nothing to do with you.
I'm not following the relevance of my daughter in this.
That's because you're a moron.
Okay. Okay.
That's because you're a moron. If you're standing on one side of a counsel table and the mother of your child is standing on the other side of a counsel table, that's not good for your child.
Exactly.
You don't get that. And if you don't get that, you're a moron.
Okay.
Now you get it.
Sure.
And if you didn't pay child support because according to your wife, let me read you what she wrote. Due to our financial stresses, John got behind in his child support payments, and the government is now keeping our tax refund that we would have received in April of '09. That's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
They're supposed to keep your refund if you get behind. Why did you
Exactly.
get behind, Mr. Howie?
Because she had been taken off of work because of her pregnancy.
That's not her problem.
I agree.
Just a
It's not
second.
her problem.
That's not her problem. That's not your 12-year-old daughter's problem.
You're right.
That you made a new baby. If you can't afford to have 2 children, only have 1. And if you can't afford to have 1, you don't have 14. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
It's very nice to want to have another baby. You don't have another baby unless you can afford it. And one of the things that happens when you have a baby, the mother sometimes has to take time off from work. She doesn't feel well. Sometimes she takes maternity leave. You don't have 2 incomes anymore. And all of a sudden you have to make choices. And the choice that you made was not to send your 12-year-old daughter child support. That's unacceptable, sir. And because you got PO'd, because they advised you that your tax return was being paid, you're not getting your furniture back. Your wife is getting her cable bill paid because that you owe her.
So she gets to keep all my stuff and get her child support? I mean, can't we have an equilibrium here?
Yeah, you just had an equilibrium. I made you an equilibrium. If you don't understand it, that's your problem. Put your hand down.
She gets the world and I get
Put your hand down.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. John and Kristen Howie claim the mother of John's child, Leela Revels, owes for a cable bill and for the value of missing belongings.
Mr. Howie, how much do you pay in child support?
$266.
$266 a week?
A month.
A month. Let's figure that out.
Which we never get.
Get him out of here, please. He's useless. Okay, Mr. Howie, let me tell you what your super generous child support to your daughter generates. $8 a day. I don't feed my 2 dogs on $8 a day. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
You get it? You don't pay child support for this child. You pay a token of what it costs to raise a 12-year-old. You can't buy a pair of sneakers and a pair of jeans and an outfit to go to school. You can't feed a child for $8 a day. So your $8 a day is a token. What it says is, I know I'm your father, and I know I can't support you adequately, but I have to do something, so here's my $8 a day. Do you get it, sir?
I understand what you're saying.
And you don't even pay that. You have some gall standing there. You really do. You have some gall standing there. And I'm telling you, there's going to have to come a time when you're going to have to find yours and tell her to stay out of your business. Do you understand, Mr. Howard?
Yes, ma'am.
Go looking for them. We understand each other? You get your $367 for a cable bill. Period. End of discussion. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She painted a pretty ugly picture, you know, the judge did, but I mean, it's her ruling, so we got to go with it.
Maybe he'll start paying some child support.
I understand I owe her a lot in child support, and I do plan on paying that back.
We tried to get the furniture back a lot of times, but it was never there for us to get it.
It's all there. We're still sitting on the couch to this day.
They lied and said we didn't even try to get it.
I didn't even know that was a problem until not too long ago.
It's all said and done, so let's just, you know, have a short memory of this incident and forget about it.
I would hope, you know, we all could get along. I mean, I hope this doesn't, you know, affect anything.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Byers versus Byers, step forward.
James Byers is suing his son, Gabriel Byers, for the return of money he gave him for safekeeping.
Mr. Byers, this is your son. According to your complaint, several years ago, you left some money in an account for him that he was just sort of keep in case of emergencies. It's your claim that that was $5,000. You want your money back. Your son's defense to that is you told him that he could replenish that account whenever he had extra money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have a few questions for you because I found some things interesting in your complaint and some things interesting in your answer. First, Mr. Byers, show me where you got the money from to put in an account in your son's name.
From working.
No, show me the account. Where you got the money from, transfer, whatever.
There you have the cashier's check and a copy of the canceled cashier's check.
And that was in November of 2005.
Right.
And did you have any formal agreement with your son in writing with regard to this money?
No, I didn't.
Now, I've read in your son's answer that you and his mother were divorced.
Yes, we are.
And there were 2 children.
There are 3.
3 children. And there was a period of time when you were in substantial noncompliance with a child support order. Is that correct?
That's true.
And that arrears had accrued for at least 2 of your children. A daughter, is that correct?
That is not correct.
A son.
Just a son.
I'm quoting your son's answer. He was trying to get a job at the time, and I told my mother that he had changed, and now that I was grown, to let it go. She signed off on approximately $60,000 that he owed her. My mother called me very upset over his second attempt to get his back child support cleared again, and I had had it. So was that for the same child, sir?
I really
not an
don't know.
answer.
I really don't know what he's saying there.
Well,
I have no
I'm
idea.
asking you questions, sir. In what year did you have your former wife sign off and say she no longer wanted to collect $60,000 from you in back child support? In what year was that?
I have no idea.
What year, sir?
I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly.
Well, figure it out as closely as you can. Otherwise, I'll call your mother.
It was 2004, maybe.
So it was about the same time that your father gave you a check for $5,000. Is that correct?
That check came some years later.
No. That check came in 2005.
Okay, then the child support thing happened maybe a couple years before that then.
Who was the child support for?
The child support that was signed off on was for myself and my brother.
How old is your brother?
He is 40.
And when were they coming after your father for this back child support? Or was your mother coming after him for the
I guess
back
my mother
child-
was coming after him about it.
And she signed off on it?
After I talked to her about it, yes.
Right. And then you got a check for $5,000 from your father?
Yes, I did.
Why do you think that your former wife signed off on $60,000 worth of back child support?
Your Honor, I have no knowledge of her signing off on anything.
Was she pursuing child support from you, sir? Did she have a case, or was she proceeding with a case to try to recoup the child support that you owed her?
I simply don't know. I
Well,
have
your
no
son
idea.
knows, and she would know. She's a simple phone call.
She didn't sign off, as far as I know, on any $60,000 worth of child support.
Child support in any amount.
Not that I know of. She
Well,
told me that
explain-
she had. She told me she had signed off, let's say in '98 or something like that.
Wasn't
and then
98.
I began to get notices of child support. I go to her and I ask her, I said, "What is this?" She told me you had signed off. She said, "Well, give me the notices and I'll take care of it," and then didn't. So I don't know of anything about any sign off, period.
All right. Now you're going to tell me the story so that I can believe it about why you gave your son a certified check for $5,000.
I simply gave it to him for safekeeping.
I want you to explain to me why a certified check, sir.
Well, so I could have a paper trail.
You have a paper trail if you have a regular check. You have a canceled check. You have the same check that you do if you have an official check, sir.
Well, I felt a certified check was the thing to do.
When was the last time you gave your son a substantial amount of money?
Well, I've given him money, and he's run into rough spots before, and I've given him money before.
Only fair. You didn't support him as you were supposed to when he was growing up, so you made up for it now. Only reasonable.
I'm trying to understand what money before had
Just
he
to say,
given
well, it
me.
doesn't make any difference. Does anything that I say sound as if it's hurting you, sir? Does anything that I'm saying
No.
in this case sound as if I'm hurting you?
No, ma'am.
So what I'm saying to you, Mr. Byer, is the money that you didn't pay for his support when he was growing up, if you threw him an extra couple of dollars or an extra couple of $1,000s when he was in need as an adult, so what? It was money that you owed anyway.
I owe his mother money, not him.
You don't owe his mother money anymore.
I owe his mother money.
When was
and
the
not
last
him.
time you gave his mother money?
There is an order in place.
That's not my question. When was the last time you gave his mother money?
I can't remember.
Well, was it in this decade? Was it in this millennium?
The only thing I can tell you is that I'm paying child support, and I am current, and I have been current for 10 years.
He can't be current. He's 37.
I'm current in the arrears that was set up.
When your son has the money to give you back that you left in his care, he'll pay you back. Can you give him back any money now?
No, ma'am.
I left the money with him simply for him to, as a keepsake for me.
As a keepsake.
And actually,
as a
he would
keepsake.
run
Mr.
into...
Byer, I never heard such a ridiculous story in my life. And if you and your son have an agreement, and your son says that you have an agreement, I don't know why he said it. I'm not exactly sure, because I think if my common sense dictates to me, there was sort of a quid pro quo, that your son got his mother to sign off on this child support, and in exchange he got the $5,000. That sounds logical to me. What does not sound logical to me is an adult parent saying to a child, I'm giving you $5,000, as you just said to me, as a keepsake for me, and I'll come to you when I need it or when I want it. That suggests that you can't take care of your own money, or that the state was coming after you for money, and the reason you put it in a cashier's check was that there was no paper trail. No paper trail, not a paper trail, no paper trail. So you had accumulated some cash, you wrote out a cashier's check, and you gave it to him to put away. Either way, I'm not helping you, Mr. Byer. Goodbye.
On the calendar in the matter of Sarden versus Foote.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Sarden, you allowed the defendant to borrow your car. She took your car. She totaled your car. You want it fixed or replaced.
Yes.
Ms. Foote says that you loaned her your car. She did total your car. It was your car's fault, and she's counterclaiming for the pain and suffering she endured when your car was in an accident. What kind of car was this?
The Lexus ES300,
What year?
1993.
How long have you had it?
About 7 to 8 years.
Have you had any trouble with the car?
No.
Has the car ever been in an accident?
No.
You have it serviced regularly?
Yes.
And it has never been in a reported accident other than this one?
No.
Tell me about the circumstances surrounding your loaning Miss Foote the car.
She was supposed to go to the store.
Where were you first?
We was at a mutual friend's house. We was there for a birthday party for a little kid. I had showed up later on, and then...
What date was it?
March 17th, 2007.
And I assume you knew her before?
Yes.
How long have you known each other?
For about a year and a half, closer to.
Just friends?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so go.
So I had let her borrow my car. She was supposed to go to the store. Now, in order...
Did she ask you to borrow the car?
Actually, we had needed to go on a store run, and I did not feel like going out. I had just came back from driving all day, so I did not feel like going out, so I had let Megan borrow the car.
Well, tell me how it came about.
We was talking, we was in a room, and then everybody was like, we need to go to the store. So I'm like,
What did you have to get?
We had to get cigarettes and beer.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I had let her borrow the car.
I still haven't heard how that came about. Somebody said we need cigarettes and beer.
Okay,
And?
we was talking, everybody was talking. I'm sitting there saying, I'm not going to the store. So then she has said, I'll go to the store, you know I'm good. And I said, Meg, I said, are you sure you straight? She was like, Cal, I'm good. So I let her borrow the car.
Oh, okay. So everybody had been drinking?
No, not everybody, no.
But you asked her whether she was okay.
Yes.
Anybody been doing drugs that evening?
No.
Smoking a little?
No.
Just beer?
Yes, beer and cigarettes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so then she had asked me to borrow the car to go to the store.
Go. She said, I'll go.
Yes.
And I'm good.
Yes.
Which means that she was
Yes.
together enough to go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So then she went to the store, and now from the house that we was at to go to the store, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to go to the store and back. So I had noticed my car hadn't been back in about a half an hour, so then I started to worry. And then so I had started to eat me some soup, and after I finished the soup, I had noticed that my car still wasn't back. And then so one of my friends, female friends, had came over, and she was like, are you still waiting for your car? And I said, yes. And she was like, well, I think your car might have been involved in an accident up the block. And I was like, oh, no. So then I hopped in my friend.
Okay, and you found the car. Whatever. All right, you didn't witness the car accident, but you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you on your way to the store or from the store?
I was on my way from the store.
On your way back to the party?
Yes.
And what did you have in the car?
I had actually gone to pick up my roommate, and he was supposed to pick her up from work that evening. He had gotten intoxicated and forgot.
Who?
Calvin.
Was supposed to pick up your friend?
Yes.
Your Honor.
Fine. What about this beer and cigarette run?
We had gone to pick up cigarettes at the store.
Who did?
Me and my roommate.
So first you picked up your roommate.
Correct.
And then you went to pick up beer and cigarettes.
Cigarettes. There was
Just
no
cigarettes?
beer to be picked up. No.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And then you were on your way home.
We were on our way back to the party.
How far from the party were you? About a block?
Probably a minute to 2 minutes away. A few blocks.
So tell me what happened.
I was driving. The steering had malfunctioned. Let me get over here. The steering had malfunctioned probably about around here, where the car had gone into the mailbox. One of my passengers that was sitting in the front passenger seat had stated that I was going to hit a mailbox.
Don't tell me what anybody stated to you.
So the car swerved this way. It had swerved back to the other side of the road. Then it went over to the other side again and had gone up on the grass, hit the telephone pole, and that's about all I remember because I was knocked unconscious.
You have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
You have a car?
Not at the time, no, I did not have a vehicle.
Did you ever have a vehicle?
Yes.
What happened to the car?
I had sold it because of personal issues.
Sold it why?
I had been going, I'm a single mother, and I was more concerned about caring for my child at the time. The car was not in my expenses. It wasn't in my means at the time, so I sold the vehicle so I was able to accommodate my son as properly needed.
You work?
Yes, I do.
How do you get to work?
I have a vehicle now. I went and purchased a vehicle about a couple months ago.
This happened in March.
Correct.
A couple of months ago is April, May.
Right. I purchased the vehicle in May.
When had you sold your other vehicle?
That was, November of 2006?
From November in 2006 until May, what did you do?
I had family members helping me out.
What does
My
that
brother
mean?
lent me his car every now and then.
Well, how did you get to work every day?
I would have my family members drop me off to work.
Who do you live with?
I live with my roommate.
She talks very, very fast on her feet.
Yana,
But I don't believe everything that you're saying to me. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
You understand that? You know, because if something doesn't make sense, there's always that slight hesitation.
Right.
So you can always tell when somebody is giving you a line.
Right.
Making things up as they're going. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Okay, where's the car now?
The car is total.
Total?
Yes, and I have pictures also right here showing
I'd like
that it's
to see
total. And also I have an invoice from the place where it was totaled at, stating that it was a total loss.
Well, it certainly is a total loss. Did you replace it?
No.
You know what the blue book is on it?
Yes. I have it right here.
I'd like to see it.
There we go. Right there. And also, Your Honor, just to make you aware, in that area, it's a 30-mile-per-hour zone, and I have pictures of that showing that it's a 30-mile-per-hour zone.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
Because this wasn't a 30-mile-per-hour accident.
No way.
Now, how fast were you going?
To be honest with you, I don't really recall, but I was never given a speeding ticket.
Were you taken to the hospital?
I refused the ambulance ride because I didn't know what kind of situation he had as far as insurance. I didn't want to put him into financial debt.
What, are you kidding me? You didn't go to the hospital because you probably had a high blood alcohol level.
I was never given a sobriety test.
I didn't ask you that.
Also, Your Honor, I have in my police report where it says that she has slid 144 feet. Also, if you was doing about 50 miles per hour, you would have been able to stop at around 175
Well, you don't have
feet.
any expert testimony. She doesn't have any expert witness, do you? Are you a mechanic?
No, ma'am.
You're the friend. You're not a mechanic, are you? You have any proof that there was something wrong with his car?
No, I do not. Your Honor?
What?
I do have an eyewitness that was in the vehicle with me that saw the steering malfunction and lock up on me.
Before or after you slammed on the brakes?
Before.
Oh, really? Love to hear that witness. Love to hear that witness.
Do I stand up?
Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? The question is...
I was there.
Are
and I
you
did
sure
see the-
you want to do this, is my
Yeah.
question. Fine.
Yes.
Over here. Your last name?
Rosado.
Miss Rosado, what arrangements had you made to go to the party?
Went to work and I was like, you know what, there's a birthday party, I can go to the party after work.
I said, what arrangements had you made to go to the party?
She was gonna come pick me up.
Now, what would possibly give her the impression that he was supposed to pick you up?
He had told me that day, he had dropped me off that morning to work.
Was there anything wrong with the car?
Not that morning.
How many times has he taken you to work?
A couple of times.
How many is a couple? A couple is two.
Maybe 4 or 5 times.
How many other times have you been in his car?
A lot of times.
Ever had any steering problems?
One time we were in the vehicle and he was like, did you guys feel that? It was his car basically what he was trying to say was his car was messed up when we was in the car.
Don't tell me basically what he was trying to say, madam. Tell me about what happened.
We was in the car one day and we was driving on the highway. I believe they was on the highway. And we was on the highway and he was like, wow, did you guys feel that? He's like, I have to get my car fixed.
When was that?
The day before we had the accident.
But it had nothing to do with the steering.
Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know nothing about cars, Yana.
Listen to me. The day before the accident, so he said to you, wow, something's wrong with the car. But yet you got in the car that morning for him to take you to work.
That's true.
Why would you put your life in your hands like that?
Don't know.
Only a stupid person would do that. You're not a stupid person, are you?
No.
Now, you want to tell me what you observed on the 17th of March?
We was in the vehicle. We was driving on Pritchard, which is the road.
How fast were you going?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Well, let me ask you this. Were you going 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour?
I wasn't the passenger. I was in the back seat. I wasn't looking at the speedometer.
You don't have to look at the speedometer to know whether you were going 30 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour.
I wasn't paying attention, Your Honor.
Perfect. Then you can sit down. You weren't paying attention. I'm not interested in what you have to say. Anything else you wanted to say to me?
Yes. He signed up for an insurance policy where he knew he was only covered for him to drive his vehicle if anything were to happen in a situation like this. My question is, Why would you let someone use your car when you know you're not insured if anything were to happen in your vehicle?
The question is whether you were driving negligently.
No, Your Honor, I wasn't.
That was sort of a rhetorical question. There's no question in my mind that you were speeding. Based upon the damage to this vehicle, there's no question in my mind that you were going over and above the speed limit. There's also no question in my mind that you had had something to drink that night. It's irrelevant, therefore, whether or not he had insurance that covered you. And if you got hurt, you shouldn't have driven too fast, and you shouldn't have had anything to drink while you were driving. That's the price that you pay when you act stupid. Meanwhile, you have to replace his car. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000, that's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was an unfair ruling, but there's nothing I could do at this point.
Happy with it. I'm very happy.
I was knocked unconscious at the scene. I had serious bruising.
It looked awful. That's all I could say. It was very bad.
I had not been drinking.
It was definitely reckless driving and also speeding.
Screaming, telling me that I was dead to him and all this other nonsense.
I was very upset.
If it was such a good friendship to begin with, it should have never been brought to a level like this. It should have been handled outside of a courtroom.
Hopefully we can move past this, you know. If she doesn't want to, hey, what can I say?
If you allow somebody to live with you for 13 months and do not collect utilities from them on a regular basis, I'm not going to waste my precious time, 2 graduate degrees, and go over month to month Con Edison bills.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of O'Henley versus Debnam. Step forward.
Brenna O'Henley and her brother Daniel are suing their former tenant, Jared Debnam, for unpaid rent and utilities. Jared says his living arrangements were substandard, so he's not paying.
You are brother and sister, is that correct? Yes. You bought a condo together?
Yes, 2 years ago.
You live together?
Yes.
Great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Get along?
Yeah. Yeah.
Work
for the
together,
most
too.
part.
Fabulous. How much was this condo?
It was $770,000. It's now worth $950,000.
Perfect. So you bought this condo and you did a very foolish thing. You decided to take in a third roommate.
Yes.
That would be you. And according to your complaint, he owes you a whole bunch of money for rent and primarily for rent, utilities. Mr. Debnam says, well, there was never really a formal agreement about him paying so much per month, and he's got a whole host of other problems that he encountered while living with you. You moved a girlfriend in shortly after he moved in, so he didn't feel as if that was right. There was a leak, and some of his clothes got moldy, right?
Correct.
Have you always lived in the United States of America?
Yes, I have.
So you know that this is what we call a free country.
Correct.
If you don't like something or if you don't like a place where you're living, what can you do?
Choose to move on?
Right. You don't choose to stay, kvetch, and don't pay. You move on to where there isn't a girlfriend, where there isn't a leak, where there isn't mold, but you don't stay and don't pay. Now, you lived there for a year, and you did pay some money in a bulk. You know, you didn't pay it by month because you were sort of not working, whatever. You got a check, and you gave them $4,000.
Well, that was just a part of the check from one of my financial aid checks.
Did you have your own bedroom?
Yes.
Did you have your own bathroom?
No.
Who did you share the bathroom with?
Everybody that used the house. As far as the communal upstairs bathroom, so it wasn't just my bathroom.
And what were you supposed to pay a month?
Before we moved in, I told him, being a graduating senior, that my money was based solely upon receiving periodic financial aid checks, at which time I told him this is how I would be able to pay him whatever money. And so he knew about the situation before.
Tell me what he knew.
He knew that I would be getting financial aid checks each semester.
Fine.
And that
So you
from
did
those
get a-
checks, I would pay him what I could towards the money for living at his place.
Without any set amount? So you could have given him, let's say, $500 for 6 months, and that would have been okay.
No, Your Honor. He wanted to pay, or come to a limit to pay $750 a month.
Ah, okay. You know, I knew if you let you talk long enough, if I let you talk long enough, eventually we were going to get someplace close to the truth, sir. So, according to you, he wanted $750 a month, which you agreed to pay when you got your financial aid checks.
Correct.
How much did you give him?
A little less than $7,500 total.
So that would be for 10 months. Did he give you $7,500?
Overtime, yes.
So how much do you think he owes you?
I've come up with about $6,000.
For what?
Well, it was $750 plus utilities and a sticker for him to park his car. I actually have a breakdown of the whole payment history That
I don't need the
received.
whole payment history. If you acknowledge that he paid you $7,500, that's for 10 months. That means he owes you 3 months' rent, which is $2,250.
Well, do you not include utilities in that?
It does not include utilities,
Our
sir.
agreement included utilities.
Show me in writing.
It was a verbal agreement.
Well, what I'm telling you is, if you allow somebody to live with you for 13 months and do not collect utilities from them on a regular basis, I'm not going to waste my precious time, 2 graduate degrees, and go over month-to-month Con Edison bills. What I'm telling you is, if you got $750 a month from him, Mr. O'Henley, we wouldn't be standing here today.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
and that's exactly what I'm going to give you.
I would
$750 a month for 13 months. He's already paid you for 10, which means he owes you $2,250. Now, is there any reason why I shouldn't enter a judgment in that amount, sir?
Just for the living condition that I was provided with when living at this place. This is why he didn't receive, or what I feel he got paid, the full amount of what I was provided living at this place.
That's why we talked about a free country,
Correctly.
Mr. Debnam.
Correct. And so
Free country means
that was my
you
only
who?
complaint.
Who's the person that's raising her hand that's irritating
I would
me?
agree. Except for I just didn't have the
Who's
opportunity.
the person raising their hand that's irritating me?
This is my fiance. And she's the person who lived with me at this place, not lived, but came and stayed at my place. Or not
So
our
it
place,
wasn't
excuse me.
only his girlfriend that stayed. Your
No.
girlfriend stayed too.
I'm sorry.
Just a second.
4 or 5 days a week.
So it wasn't only his girlfriend that stayed. It was your girlfriend that stayed.
My girlfriend would come there every other weekend and spend the weekend. Correct.
So she stayed. And if she didn't like living there because of the cold and the mold, she wouldn't have come. Okay. Right?
Right.
Should have gone to her house. Why not stand there and kvetch, sir, that you didn't like the circumstances and you stayed anyway? Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,250. That's
506 on the calendar in the matter of Felicier versus Cass.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Felicier, the defendant was your landlady for approximately 6 months, and according to your complaint, she had you falsely arrested for both assault and menacing in September 2007. So you want to be compensated for your bail and the time you spent in jail. Ms. Cass says that you were, in fact, high on drugs, that she had every right to call the police because you behaved in a threatening manner, which she will describe to me. Describe this arrangement. Was it a house, an apartment building?
She lived in a trailer, and I had just gotten a position at a Key Largo Elementary School as a commercial electrician, and I needed somewhere to stay. So she rented me her screened-in porch for $400 a month.
On what date did you move into Miss Cass's screened-in porch?
Around January of 07.
How did you find the screened-in porch?
She had an ad in the paper for $400 a month.
What did the ad say, if you remember?
I think it said room for rent, $400.
Did it have a bathroom?
I had privileges to the kitchen and the bathroom inside the trailer, so I would sleep outside in the screened-in porch, and whenever I needed to use the utilities, I would go inside, no problem.
And there was one bathroom in the trailer?
Yes, there was.
Who else lived in the trailer?
Her by herself and her 3 dogs.
How do you support yourself, Miss Cass?
I have a pet sitting business called Precious Care Pet Sitting.
You mean you take care of them in your trailer?
No, I go to people's houses when they go out of town and take care of their pets.
That pays the bills?
Well, once in a while I had to add a roommate to help, but during the summertime it's slow, so I needed a roommate to help pay the bills.
So why don't you tell me, Miss Cass, how it came about that you had the plaintiff arrested?
Okay, Friday he came home and he was really happy that he didn't use any cocaine because he was starting a new job on Tuesday.
Let's start again. Friday was what date?
It was the Labor Day weekend, the Friday of Labor Day weekend. I'm thinking September 1st.
Of 07?
Yes, ma'am.
He came home and told you?
He didn't use cocaine. He was at a party and he was all excited because he was supposed to start a new job on Tuesday. He was unemployed. On Saturday, I woke up, he was gone. I didn't really keep track of where he was coming and going, and I get a call at 10 o'clock at night. He's all jacked up, stating that he found a real house, and he was really excited that he was moving out and not to be mad at him, that he'd be by later to get his things.
Had he ever used drugs when he lived in your house?
Not that I was aware of, Your Honor.
Okay. Did he come by that day?
Yes, ma'am. He came by at 3 o'clock in the morning. He was all wild-eyed and all hyper, and he kept saying, "Don't be mad at me, Mommy. Don't be mad at me, Mommy." But I got a real house with a bathroom, and he was all excited. And I said, "No problem. I don't mind." And I asked if he did use drugs, and he admitted it. And I also have it in the deposition that he took that he admitted it.
And
in the
what
deposition, this case was originally a civil case. So 3 months ago, he took a deposition and admitted that he did admit to me that he did cocaine.
I'd like to see it.
Yes, ma'am. And I also have his police report, his background, that he's been arrested for cocaine and trespassing
I'd like
charges.
to see the deposition first. Did you sue her
Yes, I filed a suit for restitution, punitive damages, wages lost. I was in jail during my birthday. She put me in jail during my birthday.
And what happened with that case?
I turned it into a small claims because we couldn't come to a resolution in the civil.
Your Honor, his lawyers walked out in the middle of the deposition and made a motion to withdraw.
The lawyers withdrew from representing you?
Yes. May I add, because her lawyer was filing motions and injunctions and just making the whole thing harder than it really was.
What did you expect her to do, roll over?
Well, that's true, you know. But I just wanted her to admit that what she did was a lie.
Were you using drugs that night in September, sir?
No, not that night. Maybe the night that I left.
The night that you left?
The night that I left, yeah.
Yes.
But when I came to the property to get my property, no.
That night, the night that you left, were you using drugs?
Yes.
What kind?
Coke and marijuana.
Where'd you get it from?
One of her social friends.
One of her friends?
One of her known friends. I didn't know him.
It wasn't my friend.
I knew him through her because I didn't know nobody. I just got in town to work.
He knew from an old roommate.
Okay, so the night that you left, you came home 3 o'clock in the morning to get your stuff. Where were you going to live?
At where they offered me another place.
They offered you another apartment. Who's they?
Her mutual friend, Augusta.
So she offered you what kind of a place to live?
A room, indoors.
And you decided to take that?
Well, I decided to give her a notice that I was planning to move.
Okay, so you called her at 10 o'clock.
So look, they offered me this place. I think I'm gonna find a move.
And then you came home at 3 o'clock.
To get his stuff.
That's what you said to me. You came home at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, when did you come home? You called her?
At night, that 10 o'clock that she's talking about. That's when she had all my stuff in the porch.
No, first you had to call her, sir. Otherwise, she wouldn't have known that you were moving, right?
Right.
So first you called her.
Yeah, I called her and told her I was planning to move. But then later on, at 3 o'clock you're talking about, I came maybe to get a toothbrush or something. But it wasn't to get my stuff and leave.
He came to get...
Okay. Shh. I don't know whether it is or whether it isn't. Whether he came to get his stuff or he came to get his toothbrush. Whatever it was. He was high. He came home to get his toothbrush. You had already packed up all of his things when he called you at 10 o'clock, you said, and put his stuff on the porch.
The next day, Your Honor. The next night.
What happened when he came home at 3 o'clock?
When he came home at 3 o'clock on Saturday night, he was just all wired and telling me not to be sorry, and he went in the bathroom and cleared all his personal items out, told me he was getting some of his clothes and he'd be back Sunday to get the rest of his stuff.
Fine. And then what did you do?
I just went back to sleep, and then Sunday, Augusta came over crying at 12 o'clock, begging me to take him back.
He did?
The girl that he moved in with.
Planning to move in with.
So you didn't move in with her?
No, I planned to move.
What happened with Augusta?
Well, when I told her that I was planning to move, and then I went back to get my toothbrush or bathroom belongings, like she said, she had my things on the porch.
What happened with the other girl?
So when I went to get to the property, she called the cops. The cops came. They said, you can't do that to him. He has tenants' rights. You have to go through the eviction process.
So you have
so
to
they
go
told
through
me
the
for
process.
the night. They told me for the night, see if you can go somewhere, let the heat cool down. All right, no problem. I go to Augusta's house. And she followed.
Just a second. When you went to Augusta's house, were you high?
No.
When did you get high?
Probably the night before, because I was there maybe 2 nights.
Go ahead.
And then they told me to go somewhere for the night. I said, all right, I think I'm going to go to the lady that offered me the place. So I go to Augusta's, hey, look, this lady's causing me some drama over there. Can I spend the night over here? She followed me to that house after she wrote on the police report that she was terrified for her life. Even the police officer told me himself, boy, if she's so scared, why she followed you? Lies, more lies than false, whatever she did. So when she showed up at Augusta's house, she said, this lady's over here causing you problems, stirring up trouble. I can't deal with this. So I went back to her property, spend the night, no problem. Morning came.
Even though the police told you not to go?
Yeah, they told me if that doesn't work out, though, you have no choice. Come back, no problem.
They didn't tell that to you at all?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Edgar Felicia says his former landlord, Karen Cass, owes for falsely charging him with assault and battery. Karen claims Edgar broke into her home and attacked her.
Police don't say that.
No, they know because...
Police don't say that. They say you better let things cool off for a night and come back tomorrow.
That's true. But if you don't have no other place to go...
They didn't say that to you.
Well, the respect, I was there.
No, I'm telling you. I've been around a block longer than you've been born. The police never told you should come back if it didn't work out with Augusta.
They told me to find somewhere else to stay for the night.
That's right. That's what they told you.
And if that didn't go well, to come back, okay, no problem.
Oh.
So I come back, and I sleep. I'm just telling you what they told me. I mean, you know what I mean? So I go to sleep and I wake up the next morning late to work. I got fired because there's drama with her. I go to Publix to get me a little Aunt Jemima breakfast. And right when I'm coming in, when I'm coming into the trailer to open the door, she had it with the chain. Boom. That's when I started recording, which I have here the recording where she's talking about that I came in the house. And the whole recording shows I didn't even get through that door.
How did you record that?
On my camera phone. I had a camcorder on my phone. I said that was the only option I had. I had no witnesses around me. I already seen where this was going to go.
So why did you go back there?
What, that morning?
Yeah.
Because that's where I lived. That's where I lived. They told me, if you can't find nowhere to go, just go back. And when I went to work, I came home. She had all this locked up in the house.
So what did you do?
So then I just started recording. And she's on the phone talking to her boyfriend. Turns out her boyfriend called the cops. The cops come. When the cops come, they tell her, so what happened? She's saying, oh, I was banging in the door, whatever. And I've seen my mom get beat for 15 years, and I'd be darned I would put my hands on a woman. Sure, I have drug-related cases in my past, but I have never had anything violent. I mean, I weigh 150 pounds soaking wet. I'm not a threat to nobody, you know? And for her to accuse me of something that I did not do, and my dad had to send me bail money from New York. I spent my birthday in jail. I lost my job. And to add...
You mean, do you think that none of that had to do with the fact that you were using cocaine?
Nah, because that was like 2 days before.
Listen to me. If you used cocaine 2 days before, you used it 2 days before that, and 2 days before that.
Nah.
So you just used it once in anticipation of your birthday? Is that what you're telling me?
It was a get-together at her friend's house, so, I mean, they had it there, and it was just a little social, so we did it. So then later on, when I went back to the house, that's when she had
How
all my
many
stuff
times
back.
have you been arrested for possession of drugs? I don't want to say.
I believe twice.
Background check.
99 and 04.
Could it have been more than twice?
Not that I remember. Shouldn't be.
Well, you would know how many times you were arrested for drugs.
Twice. 99 and 04.
Now I'll take a look at the rap sheet.
7 times. Thank you.
Well, here's the 99 possession. They stop you on traffic violations, right?
Like tickets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a couple tickets.
Charge 1 was a non-moving traffic violation, but charge 2 was cocaine possession on the same date. That was 2004.
Yeah, that was, a matter of fact, Christmas Eve, I believe.
Right. You had an arrest in 2005.
Yeah, I think. I mean, what's
Pled
it
guilty?
for? And as you're looking at the report, I know you don't see anything violent in there.
Nothing violent. I see a trespass only.
Right. So that's not, you know, it's out of my character. Besides the fact I seen my mom get beat all my life, so.
I'd like to see your film. And then I'd like to see your complaint. The complaint that you lodged against him.
Oh, yeah, I have it right here, man.
That's the porch there. This is the morning I'm coming back from Publix. Boom, there's a chain.
What are you doing? I can come in the house. I have keys to the house. Don't start when you use the microwave.
You're allowed in the house. I told you you're only staying on the porch.
No, how about you use the bathroom, lady?
You're not.
Take a shower, lady.
You're not supposed to be in the bathroom. They said
I'm not supposed to be in the bathroom.
on the porch, Edgar.
That's last night for you guys.
Get the out of my face.
I can't just stay on the porch. I got keys to the trailer, lady. You can't just put a chain on it and me not take a shower.
You're not allowed in this
Well,
house.
then you gotta put something in there for me to cook it and bathe myself in bath. No, whatever. I just went. Bro, that was just for last night.
Oh, and did they tell you just for last night?
Yes, I asked her. Cause I told her, look at the chain she put. Now, what am I supposed to do? She goes, well, just go outside of anything for tonight. But tomorrow's okay. They never said I'm supposed to be in the house, you dimwit. They never said you're supposed to be in the house. I can come in the house and use the utilities I'm supposed to. Then why am I paying you rent for? You know what I mean? Do you want me to call him so I can use the microwave over here? I'll call him. Don't worry about it. I got the number.
There's only part of the tape. He did get in the house.
How did he get in the house?
He broke the chain. It's on the police report, Your Honor.
You did swear under oath, right? Yeah.
I hit speed dial on my boyfriend's phone because I was hysterical, and my boyfriend called the cops. It's a very small town. The next thing I knew, there were 4 cops. What he's not telling you is the night before, he had pushed me and tore the phone out of the wall, which he admits in the deposition and in the police report.
Can I see the police report,
ma'am.
please?
There were 2 incidences before that.
Oh, no. Let me see the police report. Would you please, I must be missing it, would you give this back to Ms. Kess? Would you please show me where he admits that he pulled the phone out of the wall?
Yeah, it's in the
Just show me. You say that in the police report he admitted that he tore the phone out of the wall. Show me in the police report where he admits tearing the phone out of the wall. That would be a violent act, would it not, Mr. Felice? Ripping the phone out of the wall would be a violent act.
Yes, ripping the phone off the wall.
Okay, and you...
But unplugging a charger would not. There was no ripping. Unplugged.
Shh. Well, whether you pulled the phone out of the wall, sir, or you pulled the charger out of the wall so that she could not get to the police is irrelevant. Either way, your purpose was to prevent her from calling the police.
My purpose? Well, they came over that night.
Your purpose was to prevent her from calling the police. Otherwise, would you kindly tell me what was the reason that you pulled the charger out of the wall? Were you trying to bake pancakes?
No, I was trying to give her a second to think about what she was doing.
You were trying to prevent her from calling the police.
To make a false report, yes. Because everything she did after that was false. She said I tried to kick in the door. She said I cornered it in the room. I mean...
It's over. You're not going to win the lottery here.
Nah.
It's finished.
I'm not looking for the lottery.
It's finished. First of all, you are not allowed to rent the porch on your trailer. It is an illegal thing that you're doing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that? And you can't take money from him and then decide that he's too much trouble. Too much trouble right in the middle of his month. Because he paid you by the month or by the week?
He paid me by the week, and he was advertised as a roommate.
If he's a roommate, then he has kitchen privileges.
Correct, but that night the police said to stay out of the house until I went to the state's attorney's office the next day, which I got.
No, they gave him a cooling off night. That's what they do. They give him a cooling off night. The police do not have the power to evict him. They have the power to say to somebody when they get a call of alleged domestic violence, look, I don't see anything terrible going on here. Go take a walk. Cool off tonight. Things will look better in the morning. That's what the police will do. You do not have the right, after taking money from him, to lock him out. When you say he's a roommate, you didn't even...
Ma'am, there's no locks on the door. He was never locked out.
Well, he was locked out because there was a chain on the door.
That's my house, but they told me until we go to the state's attorney's office in the morning, I have an injunction, a restraining order. They said till I go to the state's attorney's office at 9 in the morning, he's not allowed.
Are you telling me that you got a restraining order between the time he left the night before and the time he came back in the morning? Of course not. You didn't. It's over. Move on with it. You did, in fact, commit a violent act. You prevented her from calling the police, which is what she wanted to do because she felt threatened. And you prevented her from calling the police by pulling her phone charger. Evidently, she doesn't have a phone that actually plugs in. She uses a portable phone that's charged into the wall. It's over. Forget about it. Finished. Both of you. Now that it's in my hands, you've filed a civil case. She had a lawyer. You had a lawyer. You all both spent all kinds of money. Finished. It's over. Forget it.
That's what I've been... I mean, this has been a year and something.
It's been a year. Your case is dismissed.
It's been a year. $4,000 in attorney fees.
I don't care. It's over. Finished. You both behaved inappropriately. He did, and you did, because there was probably a little bit of what he said that was true. That you wanted him out, that you exaggerated a little bit once it became testy. There's no question in my mind, Ms. Cass, that that's what you did. But he provoked it. He can't come home high on cocaine. He doesn't even know what he's doing if he's high on cocaine. Do you understand, sir? Goodbye.
I wasn't high when I came home.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Case number 525 on the calendar in the matter of Wynn versus Bojanowski.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Ms. Nguyen, according to your complaint, the defendant was a friend of yours. He moved into your home. I don't think he was paying rent, but he stayed in a room in your house.
Yes, ma'am.
It is your claim that he owes you some money, I think, for having his car fixed. You laid out some money for him.
Yes, ma'am.
And at some point got into an altercation. You claim he assaulted you. And when he ultimately moved out, he took property that belongs to you, which was a PlayStation. The defendant says that you actually destroyed all of his furniture by putting it out in the snow. And he also says that since he moved out, you've embarked upon a campaign to defame him. So, how did you know each other?
We met at the end of August, actually, online. And we were friends at first. And in October, we started dating. And he ended up moving in November because he ended up getting kicked out of his other place. And I made an agreement to come live with me temporarily until we can find our own place, because it wasn't my house I was living in, it was my parents' house, and I wasn't supposed to have anyone there.
Okay. First, tell me about this money that you allegedly loaned to him.
His car started having problems in mid-September, and he had to replace a lot of things on the engine. The whole brake lines had to be replaced.
Your Honor, the only actual thing that was replaced on the car at the time when I got it was the brake lines, and which is, anybody knows, is a $30, $40 part, and I repaired the brake lines myself.
Okay. How much money do you claim you gave him to fix the car?
About $800. He lied. The ball joint had to be replaced.
Just a second. Do you have proof of the money that you gave him?
Here's the proof, and my witness, she was there when I gave him money too. She was in the car with me.
I just want to see what proof you have. All I have here is $70 so far on this page for advanced auto parts, and then there's another advanced auto parts for $6.51. The other thing that you have here is a $300 cash withdrawal.
I had given him my debit card and my PIN number to get the cash withdrawal for his part for his car.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Just a second.
She was there when she witnessed I had given him more money to repair his cars.
Stand up. Give me your last name.
Wynn?
You related?
Yes.
How?
Sisters.
I don't want to hear you. Sit down. $76 is what you can prove. Now, tell me about the PlayStation.
The PS3, when we were dating, he had loaned his PS3 out to a friend who ended up stealing his PS3. And so when I break up and stuff, he ended up taking my PS3 with.
I ended up taking
I have a receipt for my PS3.
Just a second. Go ahead.
I didn't take anything. She ended up giving me my PlayStation because what happened was...
That's not true.
Put your hand down.
What had happened here is when they threw all my stuff out in the snow, there was a lot of contents that weren't actually included. So within the month following my stuff being in the snow, she ended up giving me stuff back. When
did she give you the PlayStation back?
About maybe 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. And also she gave me like $2,000 in recording equipment back.
That was mine.
Just a second. Now I'm going to hear about this alleged assault. You were having an argument with him.
Yes,
about what?
We were arguing because I was on the phone with this girl named Jamie, and he got upset. He goes, if you're going to talk on the phone when I'm in the room, then go to the other room. And I went to the other room. So as soon as I got off the phone, because I didn't give him my undivided attention, because I always had to give him my undivided...
Don't tell me, but just tell me
and so
what he said and what you said.
He got into an argument, and basically I was like, we're done. And I demanded the house key back, because we were getting kicked out of my house already, because my parents had found out he moved in.
You mean your parents didn't know he was living with them?
I live in Buffalo for school. We have a home in Buffalo, and we also have a home in Rochester. My parents were living in the home in Rochester.
So you were living alone with him in the home in Buffalo?
With her brother that she was paying to keep his mouth shut.
Shh. Don't interrupt again.
Okay,
Do you understand?
Yep.
Yep is not an answer in court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes would be an answer. Okay. You told him he had to leave. And when you told him he had to leave, how long had he been living there?
He had been there for about 3.5 weeks, maybe.
It's actually over a month.
It was not over a month.
What part of don't speak didn't you understand?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Good. He was there 3.5 weeks, and you told him to get out.
Yes,
Just a second. You can't tell him to get out and just go that moment. Because whether you liked it or not, a tenancy was created. And he has to have a certain amount of notice. All of his things were there? His furniture was there? His stereo equipment was there?
Yes.
His clothes were there?
Yes.
Good.
Everything was given back to him, but we signed for a contract that we were moving out.
Listen, I'm asking questions. So you told him to leave, and according to you, he left.
But he didn't give me back the house key, and I demanded...
Just answer my question. You told him to leave, and he walked outside, and he got into his car.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what did you do?
I went to his car telling him that, give me the house key, and when you come with a police escort, you can get all your stuff.
According to you, you jumped into the passenger seat of the car.
I had text messages on my other phone that he stole. He made threats to my brother. You can call my brother, saw this.
I'm not calling your brother. You told him to leave, and he left. And I assume you told him to leave because you in some way felt threatened. Is that a fair statement?
For my brother, basically, because he's always made threats towards my brother. I'm going to kill your brother. I'm going to kill your brother, because he didn't like my brother.
I assume that you told him to leave because you in some way felt threatened.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you jump into his car for if you felt threatened?
Because I just felt like this is...
You were angry.
I was angry, and that was the easier way to do it.
You were angry.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happened when you jumped into the passenger seat of his car?
We started arguing in the car. He goes, I'm not going to give you the house key. This is my house key. So we started arguing more. He drove off of the car and goes, fine, you want to go for a ride? We'll go for a ride. And then when he started driving all over Buffalo, he started assaulting me. I have pictures of my whole face.
When he was driving all over Buffalo, you say he started hitting you.
Yeah, he started pounding on me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Yen Nguyen says ex-boyfriend Jonathan Bojanowski owes for a loan, a PlayStation, and an assault. Jonathan is countersuing for the destruction of property and defamation of character.
Now you can speak, sir. She told you to leave.
The beginning of the story is completely false because I was at her house when she started.
Just a second. She told you to leave.
She told me she was destroying my stuff, so I came home and tried to get my laptop.
Who told you that she was destroying your stuff?
She called me on the phone.
She called you?
Yes. I was actually at her house when I received the call.
So you're at her house, and this is a girlfriend?
No, this is just a friend of mine.
Friend.
I've known her for years.
And you received a call from the plaintiff telling you
to come get my stuff or else she was going to destroy it.
And then you went home.
Yep, and then she had been basically on the couch, she had been drinking. I grabbed my laptop, and then she jumps on top of me, knocking the laptop out of my hand.
Put your hand down, don't speak.
At that point, I just want to avoid the situation, so I grab my laptop and go to my car and back out of the driveway, and then that's when she jumps in the car. And I'm like, what are you doing? And that's when she started getting verbally and physically aggressive. And then
well,
talking
what did she
about
do
that
physically?
and that I've been cheated on her, this and that. And basically that just caused her to get enraged. And then she started asking questions about this person, that person. And I was never arrested for assault.
I didn't ask you that. You're missing a whole bunch of stuff. She's going to show me pictures of where she was injured. And what I'm asking you is, who put their hands on who first?
Well, she put her hands on me, and also the next day, she heard the audio of her telling me that her cousin came over, took her car from her, threw her out of the house, and also beat her up in the process. She witnessed the audio that I had on my old phone that I lost.
Well, that's too bad. That's hearsay.
It is too bad.
That's hearsay.
Your Honor.
Put your hand down. Now I want to see the police report.
I was the only one that was hurt.
Just a second. I don't care if you were the only one that was injured.
I didn't touch him.
I don't believe that that's true, by the way, Mr. Nguyen. I don't believe, listen to me, I don't believe that that's true, that you didn't touch him. I believe you were out of control. That's the only reason that somebody in your circumstance would jump in the passenger seat of a car if they were afraid of somebody, if they were out of control and jealous. Because it is true that you called him at her house.
I told.
Just a second. It is true that you called him at her house.
Yeah, because I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know she was.
You
at her
left
house.
that out of your story.
I didn't know he was at her house.
Listen, you left that out of your story.
But can I say why though? He had drank about 40 ounce. I don't know what you call those big bottles of beer. He was driving drunk. I have beer bottles still at my house.
It wasn't even at her house.
The police even said he was.
Listen to me. You were furious when he came home.
Yeah.
So. I believe that you put your hands on him first. He may have hit you harder, but you put your hands on him first. Because otherwise you would have stayed in your house. If he was drunk and out of control, and you were in control, you wouldn't have run out of your house when he left and jumped in his car.
I didn't have, can I say that I also didn't have one drink because I just came home from work.
I said you were out of control, furious. Okay. You told the police officers that nothing happened. You had a verbal argument with him.
Can I say why though?
No. When asked about injuries to her face and neck, she said, I must have fell.
Because he threatened me in the car.
Yeah.
Though.
He was going!
But
Give me the pictures, please. Give me the
Yeah.
pictures, please. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to hear you counterclaim.
Well, I'm counterclaiming for that night I came back there, and then she informed me that they were changing the locks. So then the next day...
Why didn't you give her the key back?
Well, because I have everything I own there. I mean, my recording equipment...
It's reasonable.
Okay.
Got it.
And the next day, my friend who lives a block away drives by and says, I think...
You can't tell me what your friend says.
Well, notified
Just tell me what
that,
you can't tell me what he notified you. That's hearsay.
Well, basically, on that Saturday, I drove by there and saw all my stuff sitting outside in the snow.
What stuff?
Everything I own, as far as...
Well, it wasn't everything, because she gave you back some of your stuff, according to you.
As far as my oak bedroom set, my furniture...
Did you put his bedroom set out on the lawn?
I didn't do it.
Who did?
It was my family because they didn't want him on the premises anymore.
Shh. I don't care whether it was your family or you. You're
But he
responsible.
he agreed that basically to get the police escort.
Don't tell me what he basically agreed to. You can't put his furniture out in the snow.
He agreed. No, it wasn't snowing then. It was the weather was perfect.
Pictures, Your Honor, proving.
I want you to not interrupt.
Okay, sorry.
It took him 3 days. I called him every day, 3 days in a row, and he agreed that he was going to pick it up that Friday. He never came.
When did you put his stuff out on the lawn? On
The
what
next
date?
day of the assault.
You can't do that. You can't do
He
that.
said he was coming that day to pick it up. I waited for him.
You can't do that.
He agreed that he was going to leave outside.
You
though.
can't. Show me proof of that.
I have phone call
Show
records.
me
I can
proof that he agreed that you should put his furniture
I didn't say outside. He was just
Show
to
me.
come get all the stuff. He never showed up. He didn't show up till Sunday.
Listen. Show me proof that he said to put his stuff out on the lawn.
I don't have any.
Well, then you can't put his stuff out on the lawn. Let me see what was put out on the lawn, please. Where is most of this stuff now?
He has them.
I didn't ask you.
Sorry.
Basically, it's.
Now, don't give me basically.
it's
I
in
don't want to
Cheektowaga.
get basically. I asked you a direct question.
It's in Cheektowaga.
Is it in your home?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
It's in your home. Good. Now talk to me about defamation of character.
Well, since basically.
I don't want to hear basically.
Okay.
I just want you to give me a fact.
After she threw my stuff out, I changed my phone number. She then began calling my boss, telling my boss that I'm selling cocaine.
Don't tell me what she told your boss.
Well, then she also went online, posted this information on Craigslist using my picture and saying that I'm a drug dealer. I've had my house raided. I beat my dog.
Let me see. How many times have you been arrested?
Since 2001?
No.
Once.
Forever.
Maybe about 3 or 4.
Well, that's an extensive criminal record. Sounds as if somebody who doesn't like you, but the things that are actionable happen to be true.
Well, also she's been...
What do you want? I mean, it better be relevant.
Yes.
Well, first give me your name.
My name is Alicia Reeves, and this is my cell phone. I have text messages on here where Ewan was sending me text messages, not even knowing my relationship with John. She doesn't know anything about me. She's never met me before. And she sent me text messages basically threatening to contact people that are my family members.
Just a second. Just a second. Did you ever text message this lady?
I text her to get a hold.
Just answer my question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever text her after he moved out?
Yes, to get my stuff. Yes, ma'am.
Can you read to me the text messages, please?
Can you have her read two-sided stories?
Just a second. If you were afraid of him, and if he assaulted you, and if he was the one who was responsible for precipitating the assault, what you would have done is stayed as far away from him and his friends as possible. That's what normal people do. Now, I want to hear the text message.
Okay, I just want to preface this to explain to you that she sent additional text messages to me that were very hurtful.
I don't care.
I erased those because I didn't want to see them.
don't
Here's what she
care.
did send them. She said, "So is Linda like your aunt or cousin? I'm only asking because I bet she would love how to hear how you're with John, and I'm not with him."
Listen. I don't want to hear you editorializing, if you know what that means. I asked you to do me a favor and just read me the text message.
Can you have her read what she wrote to me?
I'm only
I don't
asking-
care what she wrote to you. She didn't start writing to you.
So this is the reason why I didn't know they were together, because she told me they were together.
Listen to me. I want to get a sense of what's in your brain when someone allegedly assaults you and you try to keep in contact with them. Go.
I'm only asking because I bet she would love to hear how you're with John if you don't get me my stuff back. I bet Grandma Claudia wouldn't approve of that language because I told her to go away. So would Linda, I'm assuming she's your aunt, basically threatening to contact my family members
Okay,
if
is
I
that all?
didn't get her
Is that it?
stuff.
No.
Is that it?
There-
Don't tell me basically. I'm not interested in
That
basically.
is
I
the-
asked you to read me the text messages.
John, I don't want that read on TV, please. It's embarrassing to me what she said.
Good. Then you can sit down.
That
You
is the
can sit
extent
down.
of what I saved on my text messages. Like I said, I deleted them because I didn't want to see hurtful text messages from somebody who doesn't know me.
He texted me 3 weeks ago trying to get back with me,
He owes you $76 for car parts.
and I told him
You
no.
owe, quiet. You owe him $500 for throwing his stuff out on the lawn and ruining some of it, which means that you owe him $424.
What about the assault, though?
Now, I'm going to explain to you about the assault. I have to make a decision with regard to this assault claim as to who was the aggressor and who was not. Put your hand down, madam. Put your hand down, madam. Now I'm ruling. He left the house. You followed him. Not only did you follow him, but you got into the car. And you were furious because you had contacted him when he was at her house. In addition to that, when the police came, you lied to them.
Because he
according
threatened to
according to you, you lied to them. Now, you're going to tell me I lied to them because he threatened me. Somebody who feels threatened doesn't take all somebody's property and throw it out in the rain, snow, or sleet of Buffalo, because all the stuff is covered with snow.
Can I say something about that?
I'm speaking.
He returned to the house and he got arrested that night, though.
Listen, you don't look like a shrinking violet.
I know. But
you don't
the police
look like
officers told him not to return back to the house that night.
I'm speaking. What part of I'm speaking don't you understand? You owe him $424. You cannot put his stuff out and leave it there to be destroyed. As far as the defamation is concerned, anything she wrote on her face page about you or on the internet was true. You've been arrested several times. You've been convicted of a felony. All that is true. Those are the only things that are actionable. The rest of them are all sort of puffing. Says you take advantage of women. Well, that's her perspective of what you do. And in some ways, that's true. Did you pay rent for the 3.5 weeks you were living
She
with
never
her?
asked me for
I'm
rent.
speaking. The answer is either yes or no, not that she asked you.
No.
Good. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. One on the calendar in the matter of Graves, Boland versus
Thank you.
Graves. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Graves, this is your son.
Correct.
And you are?
His stepmother.
How long have the two of you been married?
6 years.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Graves?
I'm a facility manager.
And you?
I'm a human resources manager.
Who else lives in your home with you?
No one else.
And how old are you, Mr. Graves?
26.
You got yourself into trouble. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Your father says that he paid for attorneys for you on 2 separate occasions. One because you got yourself into trouble, and the next time because you wanted to see your son. You have a son.
I have a daughter.
A daughter. And there was a problem with visitation. So your father and stepmother helped you get a lawyer. He wants that money back. And he says he paid for anger management classes, which were a condition of your probation, even though that was a minor amount of money. I think you just threw it in. It was something like $65. You've probably spent more on him at dinner.
True. Very true.
Right. Okay. Mr. Graves, why don't you tell me about the first instance where you retained an attorney for your son?
Timothy was arrested on a violation of a restraining order and tried twice to gain a release.
When was that, Mr. Graves?
April, I think, or March, somewhere around there.
It was March 19th, and he was trying to get bail and was denied bail once. And
Denied any bail?
Denied bail.
Is this the first time you've been arrested for domestic violence?
Yes.
Was it a bad case of domestic violence?
No, ma'am.
And they would not set bail for you?
No, they wouldn't. Long story, no, they wouldn't.
Well, give me the cliff notes of the long story.
The judge I was going in front of wouldn't release anybody on a violation of a protective order charge because he had released somebody on a violation of a protective order charge and they went back to their wife or something like that.
And killed him?
Yes, ma'am.
You only burned him once.
That's all you had to do.
So you were released when, who was it, your girlfriend?
Yes.
Filed for a protective order, but then when she alleged that you violated the protective order, he said, okay. What was the nature of the alleged violation, Mr. Graves?
Me and her got into an argument over the phone.
Over the phone? So
over the phone.
She alleged that you threatened her over the phone in
Yes.
violation of the order. What'd you call her for? It's not an answer.
I was over at my friend's house and we were just talking and I just found something out and I didn't like it. So I called her and confronted her about it. She really didn't like that.
Well, because it's a violation of the protective order.
Yes.
Right. That's why the judge didn't let you out. So you tried twice to get bail and you were twice denied bail. Then what happened? Look at me.
My father basically took it upon himself to get me out.
You didn't have a discussion with him?
I talked to him several times while I was in jail and
Did you at any time say to him, do something, help me?
I had said help me, but he once again told me to go forth with the public defender and it just wasn't working.
And so you didn't have a subsequent conversation with him?
About
Did
getting
he?
me out?
Yes. The public defender tried for the second time to gain bail and was denied. And at that point, I imagine it looked hopeless in his opinion and literally begged me, calling from jail, to please hire an attorney to get me out of here. I need to get out of here. Please do whatever you have to do to get me out of here.
And
I made that understanding very clear at the time. My wife was on the extension that if I do this, this will just be a loan. I'm not giving you this money. Pretty much if it was up to me, I would let you stay in jail to learn the lesson. So that was the condition.
is that what you said to him?
Yes.
And what did he say to you?
Anything you can do to get me out.
When your father retained the attorney for you, Mr. Graves, was the attorney successful in securing bail for you?
Yes, ma'am.
How much?
Not sure of the amount. I don't know the
Who
amount.
posted it?
I guess my father did.
There was no bail. It was a habeas corpus trial, and it was released.
So that despite the fact that the judge said, I'm not setting bail for you, the judge is required to set reasonable bail in order to secure your appearance. So the judge got his wrist slapped, right?
Yes.
Whatever happened with that case, Mr. Graves?
It was went through with court and everything, and I got put on probation, and it was dropped. I think I actually got time served.
Listen, if it goes through court and everything and you were put on probation, then it's not dropped. If you put on probation, it's because you were convicted. Either you were convicted after a plea or you were convicted after a trial. Did you take a plea?
No, the second-degree assault, the first charge, why I got put on a restraining order, that I got put on probation for. The violation of protective order, I got time served. That's done and over with.
So you assaulted your girlfriend.
In the sense, yes.
How many senses of assault are there?
There's a wide range.
Well, give me your range.
A cell phone at the ground and it bounces up and hit her.
Is that what she says happened or what you said happened?
That's exactly what happened.
Listen to me. Is that what she claimed?
Yes.
And how injured was she?
Not really. Any scratch on the head. Our daughter was in her room. That was the main problem.
How old is her daughter?
Our daughter's 18 months now.
So you threw a cell phone at her, you hit her in the head, and she got a gash, and your 18-month-old daughter was in the room.
Sleeping, yes.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
And then you heard something else that you didn't like, so you called and threatened her.
Yes.
And then she said to you, you're not getting visitation with this child because you have a bad temper.
No.
Well, an attorney was necessary in order to secure you visitation with your daughter, is that right?
Yes.
If your girlfriend wasn't complaining about your conduct, there wouldn't have been need for an attorney. You could have arranged for visitation without the necessity of having an attorney.
That's what we had.
That's what you had what?
That's what me and her had. Even after I got released, I had my daughter every weekend.
And then what happened?
We just had a falling out, and it got to where it needed to go, where I had to go to court.
Do you have visitation now, Mr. Graves?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I have her every single day during the week and every other weekend.
Is that because you work nights?
Yes, ma'am.
And child's mother works days?
Yep.
And that's by court order?
Yeah.
And that was secured for you through the attorney that your father paid for?
This is, well, yes, what me and my ex came to an agreement outside of court.
It was secured by virtue of an attorney
Yes.
that your father got for you.
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Richard Graves says his son, Timothy Graves, owes for attorney fees from 2 separate arrests.
Okay. How did it come about that your father got you that attorney?
Because he saw that it was,
Don't tell me what he saw. There had to be a conversation.
we talked about it,
Well, that's what I'm asking you. What was the conversation?
that I had to do whatever I had to do to get my daughter.
Well, what was it that you had to do, Mr. Graves?
I had to go through court.
Right. And?
I had to hire a lawyer.
And?
And he knew that I didn't have the money
Don't
to pay
tell
for
me
a
what
lawyer.
he knew.
I didn't have the money to pay for a lawyer.
So what did you say to him?
I need your help.
And what did he say to you?
Okay.
Now, Mr. Graves, first tell me when this was that you advanced money for the second lawyer.
This was on June 8th.
Had he paid you back any of the money that he owed you for the first lawyer?
Partially, yes.
He did?
Yes.
How much did he pay you?
$315.
What did you pay him the $315 for, Mr. Graves?
I never had any recollection that I paid him the $315.
Well, tell me what you claim he said to you with regard to paying you back for the second lawyer.
We actually found that lawyer as a reference from the first lawyer that was hired. Timothy and I went to his office, sat down, gave him an overview of the case. And I asked Timothy, is this the person you want to hire? And he said, yes. I said, you realize that this is just going to add to what you owe me.
How much was the second lawyer, sir?
All told, $3,000.
What do you mean all told?
There was an initial $2,000 retainer that I put down in June, and then later on there was another $1,000 they requested.
And how much did he still owe you from the first lawyer?
$300.
So he owes you $3,300.
Correct.
Not $3,360.
The 60 was for the anger management
class.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I paid for the anger management classes out of my own pocket.
I'm asking you about the lawyers.
He knew my financial situation. He knew I didn't have any money to pay for any lawyers whatsoever. But it kind of came up as it's their granddaughter too. If I don't get to see her, they don't get to see her. I figure that's why they were helping me.
Are you working now, Mr. Graves?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your father throw a telephone at your girlfriend in front of your daughter?
No.
Did your father pick up the phone when he wasn't supposed to make contact with your girlfriend and threaten her?
No.
Was it because of your father's conduct that you were denied any kind of visitation with your daughter?
No.
Whose fault was it?
It's all mine.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,300. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was a little unfair.
It's exactly what we were looking for Judge Judy to let him know this is what you need to do in life.
It's all settled. I want to get our relationship on and continue on and move on.
I'm hoping we can put this behind us, move on.
We can be a father and son.
Don't lend money to any member of your family that you're not willing to lose.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Turner versus Cisneros Vu Mesa. Step forward.
19-year-old Damel Turner is suing his former roommates, Chris Cisneros, Sarah Vu, and Mackenzie Mesa for breaking their apartment lease.
Mr. Turner, which one of these young ladies was your girlfriend?
The one on the far left.
That would be you. You are Miss Mesa?
Yes.
According to your complaint, you and your girlfriend and the co-defendant and his girlfriend, also co-defendants, you all decided to set up housekeeping together and lease an apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
You moved in with your girlfriend, he moved in with his girlfriend, and you all signed the lease.
Yes, ma'am.
And then very slowly, one by one, they all took off.
Yes, ma'am.
Did that give you any cause to pause, Mr. Turner, that there might be something wrong with you? Is not an answer.
No, ma'am.
There was never any indication that something was wrong with your behavior.
No, ma'am.
Seems odd, doesn't it, that they all moved out and left you there alone?
Yes, ma'am.
In any event, your lawsuit wants them to be responsible for the rent for the remainder of the lease and for when they left. And they say it was because of your conduct that they all left, that there were problems in the apartment precipitated by your behavior. And they're counterclaiming because they say that there is some property that was in the apartment and they want moving expenses, which you're not going to get. You're lucky if you don't get hit with rent. Don't be stupid about your moving expenses. When did you sign the lease, Mr. Turner?
June 21st of 2008.
Was it a year's lease?
Yes, ma'am.
How long had you and Miss Mesa been dating?
A year and a half now.
Had you lived together previously?
No.
Were you working?
Yes.
Had you been friends with them as a couple, or were you friendly with one of them?
I knew Damel from work.
What work?
We work at a Round Table pizza place.
When did you move out?
I moved out in, the 1st of January this year.
Where did you go?
I moved in with my father at his place.
And when did you move out, Miss Vu?
The second to last week of November.
Why did you move out?
Chris and I broke up a few days before our 4-year anniversary.
Now, when you moved out, who paid November's rent, your share of November's rent?
I had already paid my share of November's rent, and because I was moving out on such short notice, I gave Chris my share of December's rent in cash.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So you fully paid for December?
Yes.
When did you move out?
I moved out at the end of November.
Why?
I moved out because I felt that...
Look at me, don't look over there.
I felt that it was not a good environment for me to be in at the time, and...
Like what?
Well, my schoolwork was going down. I was depressed. My family was asking me to come home, and I felt that that would be a better environment for me.
I didn't hear anybody talking about his bad behavior. You had a lot to say in your answer.
Well, one night, especially where I felt like it was definitely a sign that it wasn't a good place to be at anymore, was a week before Chris and I broke up. We were all hanging out at our apartment, and we had friends over, and it was probably really late, really early in the morning, around 2. We were hungry, and so we decided all to go get something to eat.
Could we get to it, please? I have places to go.
Mackenzie wanted to come with us, and Damel decided not to let her, but and she went anyways, and so he was really angry. When we got back with the food, we were all sitting on the couch eating, and Mackenzie was sitting on the edge of the armchair, and Damel came out and was lecturing her, and she rolled her eyes, and so he walked up to her, grabbed her by the neck, and threw her down onto the ground from the armchair of the couch.
That was in November?
Mm-hmm.
Did that happen, Miss Mesa?
Yeah, to an extent that happened. We did have our fights where they would escalate sometimes.
I can understand fights escalating. I don't understand physical violence during an argument. Did you do that, Mr. Turner?
No, what happened was...
Listen, I don't want to go through the food and the couch again. Did you put your hands on her?
Yes, I shoved her.
Well, you can't do that.
I know. What happened is
How much after that did she leave?
that actually happened in October, and she left at the end of November. It was because we were having a party, and like we all had like a couple of drinks. And
I don't care why.
Okay. What happened was that I came and yelled at Mackenzie's like, "Why'd you leave? We're supposed to."
I don't care.
Okay.
You can't put your hands on anybody. Was that the first time he ever put his hands on you?
No.
Was it the last time he put his hands on you?
Yes.
All right. So far, the two of you are responsible for rent, because you can't just leave. Being unhappy with your environment is not a reason for you to break a lease. Breaking up with your boyfriend is not a reason for you to break your lease. Now, you left in January. Did you pay January's rent?
I did not pay January's rent.
And you left when?
I left it, I would say, the 1st of January.
What kind of discussion did you have with Mr. Turner about the rent on the apartment?
The beginning of December, I told him that I wasn't going to be able to pay January and that I was going to go and tell the office that it was, time for me to leave. I was going to put in my notice. Damel asked me if I could give him the notice and wait till he got a roommate and then put in my notice at the beginning of January.
Did you have that discussion with him?
No, ma'am. He told me he was going to move to Australia with his brother, that he was going to keep paying rent until he decides on what he was doing.
Well, that was back in December. That's what he's saying. And he said that you had that discussion.
Yeah, this is December, but it's getting close to January, and he's told me that he's going to still keep paying rent until he figure out what he was going to do. He never, ever gave me any, formal or told me exactly when he was going to leave or ever went to the office and let them know either. So I can never actually get a roommate because they're all still on the lease. And the apartment won't let me put a new person on the lease until they're all off the lease.
Did you take your names off the lease?
I had signed the paper to get my name off of the lease, but I don't think it ever went through because I needed signatures from everyone else as well.
What about you?
At this point, when I went to go try and get...
The answer is either yes or no.
Yeah, but Damel's the only one who can sign us off.
Did you get your name off the lease?
No.
What about you?
No, still there.
Fine. So they owe January and February so far. How much is your share of the rent?
$283,725.
And how much were you paying in rent?
$286.
And you?
$286.75.
You each owe him $858. January, February, and I'm throwing in March. Yours is less. $849. By the end of March, sir, if you don't have roommates, I suggest you do something else. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, moving expenses on your counterclaim is out. You moved, so who cares if you move? Only he cares if you move. What property do you have there?
A queen-size mattress, a CD cabinet, a shelf, and a stereo.
Is it still there?
Yes, ma'am.
When do you want to get it out?
ASAP.
Fine, within 5 days?
Yes, that's fine with me.
Anything else?
I had a rice cooker.
Why didn't you take it with you in November?
Because...
It's not an answer.
All our things were still mixed up together, and I couldn't find it at that time. And when I went back to get it later, Damel had already changed the locks on the apartment. When
you pick up the rest of your stuff, pick up her rice maker. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bedford Gathing versus Hill Grayson Bowie. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. Be seated.
Who is Miss Bedford?
I am.
Whose home is it?
Mine.
You're Miss Gathing?
Yes.
According to your complaint, you do an elaborate Halloween lawn house decoration. These are your neighbors.
Yes.
And for some reason, which you will explain to me, which I seem to get the gist of here, there is now bad blood between the two neighbors. And it is your claim that somebody on their team, probably this young lady right here, you're Veronica?
Yes.
Vandalized your Halloween decorations. And you want them to be responsible for that and for the harassment that they've caused you.
Yes.
Whose car was it?
It was my car, Your Honor.
You're Giovanna.
I'm Giovanna.
So let me try to explain to Bird, because if Bird can get it, we all can get it. Giovanna had a car. What kind of car did you have, Giovanna?
A 1994 Buick Roadmaster station wagon.
And you lived with Miss Gathing. You related?
That's my mother.
Great. Then you got tired of living with your mother, and you left, leaving your old car at her house.
Yes. Yeah.
And you left it there for about 8 months.
No, I actually left the car there because it was not running.
Just a second. I said you left it there for about 8 months.
Yeah, I was gone for about 8 months.
That's what I read. While you were gone, your mother got disgusted with looking at this car that was in her house, and she sold the car to whom?
Me.
And you are?
Charles, last name Bowie.
She sold the car for $500, and it wasn't running. Is that right, Mr. Bowie?
Yes, ma'am.
He took the car, saved up some money, and then invested, according to him, about $1,300 in the car to get it running. So far, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you come home. You found out that the car had been sold by your mother to Mr. Bowie.
I found out from actually Miss Grayson that the car was sold.
And you wanted it back?
Yeah, I told them however much it was paid for, whatever the amount was, that I would be happy to give it back to them. They refused, being so that I owed payments on the car. I did the next best thing.
Well, let me ask you this question. You owed payments on the car to the dealership?
Yes.
Were you paying them every month during the time that the car was sitting at your mother's house?
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm sure you have proof of that.
I don't have proof, but only thing my dealer did was he did give me a copy of the pink slip to show you, and he wouldn't have given that to me if I wasn't credible for it. He did give me a copy of it. Only last payments I had was 2 last payments in the amount of $400.
Did you pay off the car?
No.
When were you supposed to pay off the car?
Actually, I don't remember the last ending date, which was this happened in what, 06, about the beginning, middle of 07.
You following this story?
Yeah.
You're getting the story now?
I got it.
That's a lot of what ifs. I don't know.
Because I don't have the dates, Your Honor. I don't.
You didn't finish paying off the car?
No, I did not.
Who has the car now?
I do.
And the dealer gave you the pink slip for the car?
Yes, he did. A copy of the pink slip. And I have that if you want to see that.
You must have a very nice relationship
Yes,
with
I
the
do.
dealer.
Yes,
must
I
be
do.
a very nice relationship. Now, Ms. Gaffing?
Yes, ma'am.
What made you think that you could sell this car to Mr. Bowie?
Actually, I thought the car was paid for.
So you were mistaken?
Yes, I was.
When you sold the car to Mr. Bowie, did you lead him to believe that you had the right to sell the car?
Yes, I did.
Well, it wasn't your car to sell, right?
Yes, my name is on the car also. That's why I felt I could sell the car.
Oh, really? Let me see.
And I was under the assumption that my daughter had paid the car off in full.
Well, in effect, she has, because they gave her the pink slip for the car, so whatever arrangement she worked out with the
Yes.
car dealership, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And you absolutely have the right to sell it.
Yes.
Car has to go back to him.
No, the car is not paid for, Your Honor.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Shh. The car is not paid for. I just got that pink after the fact that I had before I even took the car back from them.
You're a scam artist. You're a scam artist because your mother did have the right to sell this car.
No, she didn't.
I'm speaking. Well, yes, she did.
It wasn't paid for.
Listen to me. I am speaking. Do you understand? When I speak, you don't. According to the title to this car, it was Giovanna Bedford or Yvonne Gaffing. Not and, or. That means that either one of you had the right to sell the car, and according to you, you were supposed to pay off the car in dollars. You never did. The owner of this Baseline Auto Center, for whatever reason, which I'm particularly not interested in, decided that he forgave the rest of the debt.
No.
No, that's not even the original pink. The original pink has my signature. He did
still
that. Yeah, he still has the original pink there. He did that just for the efforts when the police came. He told me, since they had my car...
Don't tell me what he told you. That's hearsay. Your mother ostensibly... I'm speaking. Your mother ostensibly had the right to sell this car to them. Therefore, you are responsible to him for $1,300 if he can establish that he put in...
Okay.
I'm speaking... money into the car totaling $1,300. Because if he did, based upon your representation and the title, and what she says to me about, well, they're not coming after me for the payments on this car anymore.
Yeah, they are, Your Honor. I'm
Yes.
still...
Show me. Show me.
I'm still making payments on the car.
Just a second.
Still making
I
payments.
asked you, when was the last time you made a payment? You know what you said to me? Maybe
You said when was the car supposed to be paid off? It was.
When was the last time you made a payment on the car? Very easy for me to call and find out. What month and year?
It's been a while. It's been a while. Because we didn't know where the car was. My dealer didn't know where the car was. I didn't know where the car was. When I found out they had the car, he told me, he sent me an extra pair of keys and told me...
Show me when the last time you made a payment on this car. It was sitting for 8 months.
Yeah, and it's been every bit of 8 months since I made a payment. I couldn't pay for a car that I didn't know where it was at.
Ask your mother.
She
That's
didn't
where
tell
you
me.
left it.
She didn't tell me. She told me, my mother told me something different. Honestly, she told me something different.
Then you're telling me that your mother's a liar. Just a second. Is what you're telling me I'm speaking. Is what you're telling me that your mother, madam, is a liar?
Yeah, because she told me something different.
Well, evidently she lied to him too.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You decorated a
Yes.
haunted house, and one of the things was something I don't want to know about, and you want to tell me what happened to the dead body with the casket and the shoes.
Yvonne Gathing and daughter Giovanna Bedford say that neighbors Veronica Hill, Essie Grayson, and Charles Bowie destroyed their Halloween decorations. The plaintiffs claim the harassment stems from a car sale gone bad.
Okay, can I see the bills, please, for the car? Your daughter's a scammer.
No, I'm not. I can't back
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because she's lying to me. No car dealer allows you to keep a car if you haven't made payment in a year. And you can't
I have a very good rapport with him. You can call him.
I'm sure you have a wonderful rapport with him.
We didn't know
I
where
am
the car was
absolutely
at.
positive you have a wonderful rapport with him.
We didn't know where the car was at. I had no idea. My mother knew. I was gone. I moved to New York. I came back. I asked my mother, Judge. I asked her. I did not know
where the car was.
Listen,
she
to me.
knew, but
Listen
she didn't
to me.
tell me.
One of the things that your daughter knew was that she had a car.
Yes.
I'm
sorry. Excuse me.
One of the things your daughter knew was that she had a car that had payments on it, which she wasn't making. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
She knew that when she moved to New York.
Yes.
She knew that when she didn't make a payment the months of August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. That she knew.
I know.
I'm speaking despite her rapport with the auto dealership. Do you understand?
I do.
Very good.
But I told my dealer, he worked with me, Your Honor, because I didn't know where the car was at. I asked my mom when I got back, he said, well, just hold on. We'll wait and see if there anything comes up, if the car is reported lost or in an accident or anything.
Can you do me a favor? Close your mouth. Mr. Bowie,
Yes, ma'am.
how long has Miss Big Mouth had the car in her possession?
It was since the 19th of October.
19th of October. 19th of October to November, November to December. 2 months that she's known where the car is.
Yes, ma'am.
And with Mr. Rapport, could have come and repossessed her because she hasn't made a payment in 2 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
That's correct.
Okay. So you get your $1,300 back because you put in a lot of money.
Yes, ma'am.
You paid $500. Did they give you back the $500?
No, ma'am.
$1,800 on your counterclaim.
Can I see the receipts?
You can
on that
say
because-
nothing. You had no right to sell this car if what your daughter says is true, and I doubt it. But at this point, I'm not putting Mr. Bowie in a position of having to go and repossess the car. Do you understand?
Okay.
They have every right to be furious with you.
That's correct.
Every right to be furious with you and your daughter.
That's right.
We offered to pay the money back to them before it even got here, Your Honor.
The $500?
We offered to pay that and the cost of fixing the car.
Did they offer to pay you back the cost of fixing the car?
No, ma'am. They just offered to pay me the cost of purchase.
$500. Well, that's what she said when she walked in here. When she walked in here and started to tell me the story, she said, we offered him $500.
Yes, ma'am.
I told Mr. Charles Bowie.
Your daughter said they offered him $500.
That was me. I offered him the $500 back, and I said if he can show me the receipts, then I would be more than willing to pay, make it in payments. That's when I was threatened that if I don't have his money by the Monday, she's dead, her husband's dead, and the kids are dead. That was the threat that was told to us.
He said we
We're
didn't
gonna be
have the
in
money by Monday, $1,800, that my mom would be raising my kids.
And he also told me that. I
So
said,
we
Mr.
did
Bowen,
offer.
let me make the payments to you. He said, you shouldn't be responsible for making your daughter payments.
That's what it was.
And I said, it doesn't matter who make the payment as long as you get your money. I don't have $1,800. I can give you the $500, but I have to give me
Work
the
out the
receipts,
payment.
and I work out the...
Let me ask you this question, and I want your daughter to keep her mouth shut. Does the car run now?
The car was running, yes.
Since your daughter is back
yes.
from New York, has she driven the car? Just look at me.
Yes.
Has she driven the car?
She's
Just answer my question.
Yes, ma'am.
When she left the car, was the car able to be driven?
No.
Right. That's what she said. You could have
Correct.
sold the car and given him his money right away. And then he doesn't have to take payments. That's fair. That's reasonable. Because of your misrepresentation and your daughter's irresponsibility, what happened is he's out $1,800. And if you wanted to make him whole and do the right thing, and if you didn't have $1,800 right away, you sell the car and you give him the $1,800. You could probably get $1,800 for it. Is it worth $1,800, Mr. Bowie?
Ma'am, it's worth a little bit more than $1,800.
Fine. So I have no sympathy for you. Now you want to tell me, please, about the Halloween decorations? And tell me quickly,
Well, every
it's all
year-
decorated. You decorated a
Yes.
haunted house, and one of the things was somebody in a casket with shoes, something I don't want to know about. And you want to tell me what happened to the dead body with the casket and the shoes?
Okay, we was upset because we couldn't decorate because the threats, they were fighting in the streets, calling us out, threatening us. We couldn't leave the driveway. Friends come over.
Okay, fine.
So
They were angry. They
from
were angry.
them.
They were angry. You should have sold the car and given him his money. Next, let me hear about the vandalism,
And
please.
So I was sitting in the backyard, and I saw Miss Veronica, her sister, in my yard on my lawn with the stick that she tried to hit me with, and she was swinging at the dummy that we made, my kids and us, all of us made.
Let me see it, please.
And then I have
I didn't speak to you. I don't want to speak to you. I spoke to you enough. Okay, so now we have dummies, and now I see that the dead dummies look even more dead. They're on the ground. All right. So you saw what?
Her
and the
swing-
shoe was off.
Yeah, they
and
threw.
you put the shoes off.
She threw the shoes down the street. Her and her sister.
Why'd you do that for?
I didn't do that, Your Honor.
Yes, you did. You sure you did?
No, Your Honor.
Sure
it
you
was
did.
the boy next door.
It was the boy next door? Did
Yes,
you tell
Your
that to
Honor.
the police?
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Why not?
Because the police never came for the vandalism.
Really? They never
No.
spoke to you?
Here's-
Can I have the
they
police
spoke.
report?
This is
I-
right here.
They spoke
Can I see
on
the
me
police?
on my baby's birthday.
And she was arrested.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
She was arrested.
I was
also.
never arrested, Your Honor.
well, whatever happened when
She
she was
was
decided
arrested.
out. But then, you know, I have to get told I'm going to be put in body bags. I think that was just stressful enough every time I walked out
Did
the
you
door.
hear me say that I don't want to hear your voice anymore?
Be quiet, Joanna.
Okay.
And how much damage did this cause to the dead dummy?
I'm countersuing for the same amount.
You're not going to get the same amount.
Okay, because we were stressed out. We couldn't do
Why
daily
didn't you just
functions.
relieve all your stress by selling the car and giving him his money?
Your Honor, I tried to do the right thing as I...
No, you didn't. The right thing was to force your daughter to sell the car and pay him the money that he spent on the car.
I tried.
Not in payments, not $50 a month, not $100 a month. You have the right to sell it, and give him his money because it was your mistake that caused this bad blood. Before this happened, did you all get along?
Yes.
Well, that's ridiculous.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
And you know whose fault it is? You know whose fault it is?
my fault 'cause
No, hers.
If my mom would have never sold them the car, I had no idea.
Didn't you? I don't want to hear your voice. It's your daughter's irresponsibility that caused the bad blood with the family. That doesn't mean that Miss Veronica... Listen to me. You think I believe you? I don't. They don't have damages. You've clearly been annoying them. And it's got to stop. Do you understand?
Yes.
It has to stop. You're 22 years old. Are you married?
No.
What'd you have a baby for? What?
Because
You
I
live with
wanted
your
one-
mother?
Yes.
You live with your father?
Yes.
Very good. You think your mother wanted to be a mother taking care of babies all over again? She's got grown children. What does she need more babies for? But you made a baby. Act responsibly. Responsible people don't vandalize other people's homes. Take your hands out of your pockets. Responsible mothers don't vandalize other people's homes. Do you get me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good.
But I
It's
didn't do it.
Yes, you did. You or your sister. I'm not sure which one. But there's no question in my mind that you did.
Your Honor.
It's got to stop. Life is too short. Mr. Bowie,
Yes, ma'am.
how long have you been neighbors?
For about 3 years.
Life is too short. Do you own your own home?
Yes, ma'am.
And you?
I own my property. He's renting.
Okay. Shh. I'm trying to make peace. Don't you want me to try to make peace?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to live in war with your neighbors? Don't live in
No,
war.
I
It's
don't.
very unpleasant. And it all started over this car.
Yes, it did.
Well, the car's going to be resolved. Okay, Mr. Bowie?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to rein in your family.
Okay.
You have to make sure Miss Attitude over here does the right thing and her sister does the right thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Sister or brother? You have a sister or a brother?
I have a sister.
How old are they?
She's 15, 19, and 3.
And 3.
Your Honor, it was the whole entire family. It was Mr. Boyd, Miss Grayson,
I'm
the
trying
whole entire
to make
family.
peace.
Okay, this is what I'm saying where my restraining order comes in at because they came to my door to fight us, calling us out in the middle of the street.
And your point is?
This is harassment.
Of course it's
This is
harassment. You should have
mental
paid him back
anguish
the
to
money
me and
that
my
you, in
kids.
effect, stole from him.
But they don't give a right.
Listen to
This
me. You should have paid him back the money that you, in effect, stole. Then you wouldn't have had the harassment.
I didn't
him to put me in a
Shawana,
body bag.
Shut up, please.
Perfect. Oh,
I was just
should have
trying
done that a long time ago. You keep fighting with me. I'm going to say it once more. I'm trying to make peace. You evidently lived in peace for 3 years next door to these people. That peace was destroyed over this car deal.
Yes.
I am now fixing the car deal. Mr. Bowie is getting his $1,800 back. I'm trying to make peace. Do you understand?
I understand.
Do you understand?
I understand.
Your case is dismissed. Mr. Bowie, you're getting your $1,800. That's
Thank
all.
you, Your Honor.